Hello, fans. Hello, hockey fans. Hello, Canada. Hello, everyone from coast to coast. Welcome for tonight's presentation. Wow, what an echo. That is loud. Hope everyone is doing well tonight. We have a fantastic game on the schedule. The Toronto Maple Leafs taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins. The first time in 2 years that the Leafs are going across the border into the United States to take on the Pittsburgh Penguins. I'm amped. I cannot wait to see Malkin and Crosby and the Leafs taking on Kasperi Kapanen, the ex-Leaf. So lots of action coming up. The broadcast is just getting started. Hello, everyone that's in the chat so far. Lisa T, Devora, Love WDW, Coaster Mom. Thanks, everyone, for coming in and saying hello. Much, much appreciated. So as always, to start this off, the first thing we want to do and first thing we want to look at is what big news have we seen this week with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And the biggest news of all is one of my personal favorites. Yes, he was starting the season in the minors. Nick Robertson is out at least 10 weeks with a broken leg, injured while playing for the Marlies. That is not good. I know Nick was hoping to start the season with the team, with the Leafs, was sent down to the minors and ended up breaking his leg, and we will not see him for quite some time. Very unfortunate. But let's go and look at the players we do have in the lineup for tonight. For the Toronto Maple Leafs, starting lineup, Nick Ritchie with Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner. The number one lineup has not been good in the last couple days. Austin Matthews is just coming back from his wrist injury. Matthews, no goals. Mitch Marner, no goals. Not a great start, but we're hoping they can turn it around tonight. Second line, Michael Bunting with John Tavares and William Nylander. Bunting has been awesome. He's been the grinding player they needed. Replacing Zach Hyman, who left to go to Edmonton. We've talked about that many times. Unfortunately, Hyman has 5 goals in 5 games. No one on our team is close to that. So Bunting with Tavares and Nylander. We have Kerfoot with David Kempf and Cache. Cash with his first goal yesterday as he then took out the referee was quite spectacular. Next, we have Pierre Engvall with Jason Spezza and Wayne Simmons on our fourth line. Spezza, in my opinion, the best player the Leafs have to offer right now. Spezza is on fire. He is a leader. He's proving he's got what it takes, and he is the cheapest player on our roster, which is pretty amazing. On the defensive side for the Leafs, Morgan Rielly teaming up yet again with TJ Brodie, Jake Muzzin and Justin Hall, Rasmus Sandin and Timothy Lindgren in the lineup tonight. Jack Campbell getting the start after Michael Hutchinson started the game yesterday. Still kind of on the injured list, Ilya Mikheyev, who's out until at least December with a broken thumb, and Peter Mrazek, who's out with a groin injury. Hello, Charlie. Hello, Snoopy. Welcome in. Anthony, how you doing, brother? Let's go, Bruins. Oh, I can't wait to, what is it, November 4th or 5th when the Leafs and Bruins face off? Very excited for that game. Scratched, healthy scratches for tonight. Travis Dermott and Michael Amadio. The Penguins, projected lineup from the Penguins, and I'm so excited to see some of these names in here tonight. So, Jake Guntzel, Evan Rodriguez, and Kasperi Kapanen. I'm a huge Guntzel fan, and I can't wait to see what Kapanen does. Zach Austin Reese, Teddy Bluger, and Brock McGinn. Third line with Jason Zucker, Drew O'Connor, and Danton Heinen. Heinen has been spectacular. Hey, Max, welcome in. My hair is set for the stream. Max probably has the best hair in the business, in the streaming business. And the last line on the Penguins, Dominic Simon, Brian Boyle, who, yes, Brian Boyle is still kicking around, and Sam Lafferty. On the blue line, Brian Dumoulin, Chad Rudwell, Marcus Peterson with John Marino, Mike Matheson, who is one of my favorites, who came over from the Florida Panthers, and Mark Friedman. Tristan Jarry getting the start tonight. So I know off the top, I mentioned I was really excited to see a couple players. Reading through this lineup, I see down below now, injured and not playing in tonight's game, Sidney Crosby out with a wrist injury, Evgeny Malkin out with a knee injury, and Brian Rust, the mysterious lower body injury. Also out with COVID-19 protocol rules, Jeff Carter and Chris Letang. So there's a lot of firepower and a lot of skill out of the Penguins lineup tonight. Very surprised actually to see this. I did not look at the lineup before jumping on tonight, so I am very, very surprised to see that. So those are the lineups for today. Really excited for this to be getting kicked off. We are going to have some special guests joining us throughout the evening on the stream. That's right, Anthony. The Penguins are in trouble with that lineup. But then again, with how the Leafs played last night, it did not look good. So Michael Hutchison did getting the start last night. A lot of goals back and forth, just shell-shocked. So we'll see. Right now, Leaf fans are thinking Peter Mrazek cannot get back fast enough. So some of the big surprises coming out of the Eastern Conference so far this year, and I'm very pleased with one of the big surprises, the Florida Panthers, undefeated at 4-0 at this point. We talked on Hockey Talk a couple weeks back about the big signing with Barkov signing for 8 years in Florida, and that team just looks awesome. They are on fire, going 4-0 right now out of the gate. Carolina 3-0, another undefeated team. Pretty amazing. Washington up there, they have 3 wins, but 2 overtime losses. Buffalo, one of probably the biggest surprise in the Eastern Conference is the Buffalo Sabres, who are 3-1 right now, and I don't think anyone would have had them pegged to come out of the gate with 3 wins. They're a young team. They have a lot of controversy surrounding Jack Eichel right now, and if he's going to be traded, where he's going to go. Anthony with the question, Sam, is 12 your hockey number? Absolutely, it is. Always has been. My number has kind of turned around. I went, 12, 11, 18, 21, and then eventually back to 12. And 12 has kind of been my number. And actually, my older son who's playing hockey, he's wearing number 12 kind of to honor his pops. So very excited with that. So it's pretty cool. They actually get their number assignments this week or next week. So we'll see if he can score number 12 again. Some of the other teams on the not so surprising end, Montreal. Well, I guess Montreal's a little bit of a surprise. 0-5 to start the season. Not a great start by any means. They're panicking a little bit. I know they have a young team. The big move with Carolina offering an offer sheet to Kasperi Kapanen and moving him out of Montreal to Carolina. Montreal thought, they could bring in some other talent, but it doesn't look like it's working out for them. As well, the New York Islanders, right at the bottom of the conference, did not expect them to be as low as they are. So looking across at some of the other scores from today, it looks like there was only one game earlier on. The Anaheim Mighty Ducks taking on the Minnesota. Oh, they're not the Minnesota Stars anymore. The Minnesota Wild. And Anaheim is leading that one 3-2. So lots of good games across the board tonight. We'll have to see what happens. Nashville and Winnipeg also kick off at 7 o'clock. Winnipeg is looking pretty good so far. Detroit and Montreal, that will be interesting. 2 powerhouses, Colorado and Tampa Bay Lightning, just kicked off. They're just into the first period, as well as Buffalo and the New Jersey Devils. Florida and Philadelphia. Lisa T, I thought you posted a comment earlier about Philadelphia kicking off. That's going to be a good game. Sorry, Lisa. I'm hoping Florida comes out on top. So here, Toronto and Pittsburgh, Carolina and Columbus. A little bit later tonight, we have the LA Kings and St. Louis Blues, the New York Islanders and the Arizona Coyotes. And then at the evening time, Vancouver and the Seattle Kraken. Seattle is been an interesting team. I think they have the most fights logged so far of any team. They've come out on fire. I still can't get over their season opener against the Vegas Golden Knights, and Vegas had an unbelievable pregame show where they did a whole video on the ice taking on the Kraken. So really, really cool. So how do these teams match up tonight for the Leafs and Pens? The Leafs are 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 overtime loss going into tonight. Pittsburgh is 2-0-2, 2 wins, no losses, but 2 overtime losses. On the power play, Toronto is ranked 17th overall to Pittsburgh ranked 20th overall. On the penalty kill, Toronto is ranked 10th. Pittsburgh is ranked 6th overall. Face-off percentage, I think Toronto is actually leading the league right now in face-off percentage with 60%, which is amazing. They are indeed, first overall. Pittsburgh is 27th, so a great advantage for the Leafs in the face-off. Some of the other stats, goals for, Toronto is 25th. They are not scoring a lot of goals. They are right now averaging less than 3 goals a game, where Pittsburgh is right at the 4 goals a game marker, which is good for 7th in the league. And then for goals against, both teams are pretty close, 9th and 11th. So they're giving up under 3 goals a game. So it is going to be quite interesting. These teams do match up very, very well. Pittsburgh, as we mentioned, kind of off the top, a lot of firepower out of their lineup tonight. So it'll be very curious to see what they can do. So the players are lined up. They are just getting ready to kick off with the anthems. As soon as puck is dropped, we are going to switch over to our live stats so we can all see what's happening along the way. We're just going to take a quick little peek and see if there's any other updates in those games underway. It doesn't look like there has been a change of score. Having a quick look across the West Coast teams. We talked about the East, but looking in the West. No real surprise, depending on who you ask. The Edmonton Oilers, out of the gate, 5 games played, 5 wins, with McDavid and Draisaitl and Hyman leading the way, of course. The San Jose Sharks with a monster East Coast swing last night and earlier in the week as they took down the Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens, puts them second in the Western Conference with 4 wins. St. Louis up there as well with 3 wins. So a lot of undefeated teams atop the Western Conference. Minnesota right there as well. Kind of looking towards the bottom, probably the biggest surprise, 3 big surprises. The Chicago Blackhawks right at the bottom of the West. Only 1 point so far, and that was in overtime. So there are 4 losses and 1 overtime loss. For those that are not hockey fans, if you're tied at the end of the 3rd period and you're going into overtime, you do get 1 point, which is how Chicago got that 1 point. Arizona also at the bottom with 1 point. The Vegas Golden Knights and Colorado Avalanche, traditionally 2 very, very strong teams, both having horrible starts with only 1 win and 3 losses. Nashville and the Kraken just ahead of them with 1 win apiece, 3 losses, but the Kraken just edged out Nashville as they have 1 overtime loss. So a very interesting story shaping up in the Western Conference. This is definitely going to change as the league gets more games under their belts. So one interesting story that I definitely want to make a mention about is that of the Tampa Bay Lightning and Nikita Kucherov. So for those of you who are not aware, last year Nikita Kucherov went down with injury. He was, Tampa's best player. They couldn't bring him back when he got healthy towards the end of the season because they did not have salary cap room. As soon as the playoffs started, there is no more traditional salary cap. They got Kucherov in, they ran the table and won the cup. Just the other day, it was reported Nikita Kucherov is down again and expected to be out for a significant amount of time with injury. So I'm very curious to see what Tampa Bay does, if they make any moves, and if he is really out for a significant period of time, do they pull the same kind of stuff they pulled last year, where they kept him out all year and brought him in for the playoffs? So interesting story shaping up there in Tampa Bay. So the anthems are done. The warm-ups are done. Starting goalies are introduced. We are getting set for puck drop. So I'm going to share the other screen so we can get our live scoreboard up and running. Again, courtesy of our friends at NHL.com. Thank you for the wonderful scoreboard. Puck is dropped and we are underway. I happen to like this view. I will switch back and forth. I'm still getting familiar with a lot of the numbers, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So puck has dropped, some quick action in the Leafs zone, but easily cleared out. Toronto picking it up in Pittsburgh zone, moving it around. Bunting in the far corner. They're cycling it around. Matthews back to Bunting. Bunting looks behind the net to Marner. Marner can't slide it in front. Looks like Ritchie picking it up. Matthews back to the point, down in the corner. Pittsburgh picks it up, tries to clear it out, but great stop by Riley. Matthews to Riley, but intercepted by Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is going to clear easily. Some early changes as Muzzin picks the puck back up for Toronto, cycles around and waits for the lines to sort themselves out. Now here we go again. Turnover by Nylander. Kapanen breaking in, quick shot. Was that Dumlin with the shot? No, it wasn't Dumlin. It was number 9, not number 8. So an interesting start. Some good neutral zone possession, but a couple turnovers. And this is a number we will definitely watch throughout the game. The Leafs have been great on the faceoffs, and they've done well in takeaways. But one of the big areas that's been concerning to me is the number of turnovers the Leafs have faced. So it looks like our nice NHL.com scoreboard is a little slow to refresh here. It's Toronto taking it down into Pittsburgh zone, turned it over. Pittsburgh breaking out, but stolen by Toronto. Toronto breaking in over the line, deep in front, and is that called offside? So one thing we definitely are finding with Bunting and Ritchie is they are grinders. They will get in the corner, they will get in front of the net, and they will battle it out, which is something we definitely need. And of course, when you have players like that, it leads to more scrums in the corner. So while they're going through and they're changing lines, I do again want to thank everybody for joining us this evening. We are 9 subscribers away from 200. So if you're watching and you have not yet subscribed, I would ask, if you wouldn't mind, please hit that subscribe button, give the stream a thumbs up, and I'm hoping we can push towards hitting that 200 subscriber marker. So thank you very much for all your support. We definitely appreciate it. So Toronto is now picking it up in their end, looking to break it out. We've Spezza leading the way, and offside again. Spezza is, like I said earlier, kind of my favorite player right now on Toronto. He is what we need in a leader. Skating hard. He's moving the puck. He's got a couple goals. He's doing everything he needs to do. So Tavares with a little bit of a chance, but takes a bad high stick to the face. He's sitting on the bench, getting some work done on his visor, scrubbing that out. But getting hit in the face of the puck is never a good thing. So fourth line is out. Pittsburgh won the draw. A little bit of a battle in the neutral zone, and Toronto picks it up and is cycling it around to break out. One thing we've definitely noticed a lot of in the early games is a tremendous amount of neutral zone play and a lot of dump and chase. It doesn't matter who they seem to be facing, that dump and chase game is solid. So Simmons centering across. Oh, what a chance for Spezza again. Engvall back to the point for Riley. Spezza cycling it around, looking for who to pass. Just tippy toes across the line, but it is deflected and comes out. Spezza is going to pick it up and regroup. As the Leafs are going to make some changes, Brody holding the puck and waiting for those changes to complete. We got the Matthews and Marner line back on the ice. Matthews carries it across the blue line, shot from a hard angle. Jerry with a nice easy pad save, and he's going to squeeze that to hold on. So Matthews, since he's returned, has had a tremendous amount of shots. He seems to be shooting the puck well. He's just not getting the open opportunities that he has in the past. Still looking to get that first goal. It'll be nice to crack the ice and get him going. He's had 11 shots in his first 2 games, 20 shots directed at the net. So you get taking 20 shots at the net, something's bound to go in. You just have to get that lucky break. So another face-off. Toronto won it. A couple of shots back and forth, but Pittsburgh breaking out, splits the D, cannot get through, but a rebound follows up, and that's deflected over the net. So Pittsburgh is very dangerous. They're a quick-moving team, and if Toronto is not careful, Pittsburgh can very easily, jump on a puck and split through the D, as we kind of just saw there a little bit. So Toronto defense does need to be on their toes. Just because a lot of their stars are out of the lineup does not mean they can sit back on their heels and not come out full steam. So Austin Reese, 9 goals and 15 points in 45 games last season. He is a young guy with a lot of talent, and he can definitely hurt you. So great little save off Kapanen. Leafs taking it in the corner, looking to move it out. Pittsburgh almost stole it back, but now here we go. Kerfoot, cross the line, cross the center line into Toronto zone. Kasperi behind the net. They are moving it around, cycling it in the corner. Kerfoot back with it, battling hard. Skates are pinning it across against the boards. Kempf and Cachet in there also. It's going to come out, and it's a race for it. Hall tying up Pittsburgh. Toronto picks it up. Ooh, off the skate and flex back in. But Muzzin's now going to clear that easily. Toronto's going to hold on as they're going to make some line changes and get right back out there. Nylander moving the puck up. Tavares cycling into the back corner. Nylander funnels it back around to the point. Sandin back across, shot denied. So Nylander in the side of the zone, looking around, dumps it back for Tavares. Tavares looking for someone to dish it off to, who's just not seeing an open man. Sandin one-timer came right out, but no one was there. Pittsburgh's going to break it up 3-on-2 the other way. Here comes Pittsburgh, broken up by Nylander. Great defensive play by Nylander. I can't believe I'm saying that. Sandin and Tavares breaking it in for Toronto with bunting, but Pittsburgh ends that threat quite easily. Puck back out to the middle of the ice. Simmons passes it back to Riley. We're going to get some new changes. So here we go. Riley looking to move it up down the middle of the ice, a little too far, but Spezza beats it out, passes it back, looking for the shot, back to Riley. Riley looking, puts it on net, and the whistle is blown. We got an interference penalty. Jason Spezza is going to get the penalty. Jason Spezza, what are you doing? An offensive zone penalty. So I'm trying to see. Oh, okay. So defenseman was all over Engvall. Spezza came in with the cross check, and that's why we have an interference penalty on the play. So 2-1 in favor of Pittsburgh. So not a lot of shots so far. Toronto gets the draw, clears it out, and they are going to set up for their power play. So Pittsburgh looking to break it in. They dump it in deep, grabs it in the corner. They are looking to set up something and get it going. Cycling back to the point, from point to point, back to the corner, back to the point. Quick little wrist shot in, but that doesn't get through at all. Pittsburgh is just kind of playing back and forth with it. Matheson across to the far corner with a shot easily saved by Campbell. Now, Jack Campbell has had an unbelievable start to the year. He looks like he's standing up well. He's facing the puck. He's grabbing those rebounds. Campbell is doing his part for sure. The thing that's really important with Campbell is he takes everything very personal. If he makes a bad play and he gives it up, he kind of gets a little rattled. So nice to see that he's settling in nicely, getting into the games early, and maintaining his composure. So here we go. Pittsburgh crossing the line. They're going to look to set up on the power play again. Very different looking power play with Malkin, Spezza, and Rust all not playing tonight. And it comes out over the line, so they're going to have to reset. As well, Letang out for Pittsburgh. So all of Pittsburgh's real strong power play players are out. So Pittsburgh is kind of being a little sloppy moving the puck. Guntzel did have a shot, but it went wide. Back to the point to Matheson. Pittsburgh just cannot control the puck, which is good news for Toronto. It comes back to the line. Sorry, it was Marino, not Matheson. Skips over Marino's stick, and out it comes. Cash with the forecheck. So they are changing the lines up again. Pittsburgh is resetting. We got 15 seconds left in the power play. Toronto can hold on to this. Pittsburgh in over the zone. Dumps it in, not overly deep. Kerfoot battling in the corner. Pittsburgh back to the line. Big shot from the point with a save by Campbell. Toronto's going to pick that up and clear. Back to even strength. Toronto's killed off the power play. Kerfoot with a shot. That's tipped up and over the glass into the netting. So we will have a stoppage in play. So it's nice to see Kerfoot too. Kerfoot really has I mean, he's not putting a lot of points on the board, but he's definitely, the effort is there. He's moving the puck well. He's skating well. It's definitely good to see because Kerfoot is traditionally, he has a good player, but he just hasn't really been able to pull out all the stops that we would have expected. So the game is going to a commercial break. At that, we will take a quick look across the scoreboard. Anaheim has tied it up against Minnesota. That is 3-3. Nashville in Winnipeg is also tied at 1s. Detroit with the early lead over Montreal, 1-0. Buffalo with the early lead over the Devils, 1-0 as well. And that looks like all the scoring we have so far. Let's just scroll ahead. Nope. Carolina, 1-0 over Columbus. And that sums it up. So in the game here, shots are 4 for Pittsburgh, 1 for Toronto. So we are not getting a lot of good shots. When we have that one penalty, face-off wins are 50-50. So Toronto is still staying up there. 3 blocked shots apiece, 1 takeaway piece. But this is that number I said we needed to watch. Right now, 2 giveaways from Toronto, none for Pittsburgh. I expect this number to climb. One of the other numbers I've been watching over the games has been this hits number. Toronto is usually in the bottom half of the hits number, and that's no different tonight as Pittsburgh is up 4-3. So we'll have to see who Toronto comes back with now that they've killed that off. They need to get some offense going. I'm not sure what they do to make that happen, but they definitely need to figure out how they get Marner and Matthews and Tavares and Nylander going. But it is really nice to see Toronto playing down south and outside of Canada. So here we go. Matthews wins the draw. Back to the point. Looking to move it across. Back to Riley. Riley in front for Matthews. He cannot tip that home. Looks like Brody picking it up, putting it back in the corner to Matthews. Matthews to Riley. Riley really down deep. 3 Pengs breaking it out against 1 defender. Riley hustling back. So is Marner. Good defensive play to come back. But they turn it over, and Pittsburgh again is moving it behind the net. Cycling it down to the point, across to the other side. Big shot. Campbell's going to hold that one for a face-off. See, this is where Toronto runs into trouble. These constant turnovers. They have to do something about these turnovers because that number is really going to come back and haunt them. So if you guys had a chance to watch some of yesterday's game, it was really sloppy, and you'll understand a lot of the comments I'm making tonight and why we have to get a lot of these guys going. Yesterday was not a good game against the San Jose Sharks. So here we go. Puck is back in play. Ooh, shot by Pittsburgh, tipped up and over the glass. We're going to have another face-off in the Toronto zone. So one thing that is new for this season is they do have ads on the side of the helmet. I'm not sure yet. I thought the Leafs have TikTok on the sides of their helmet. It's kind of interesting. I know a lot of other teams do sponsorship on jerseys and whatnot. So it was only a matter of time. But it's kind of interesting to see some of those labels on the helmets. So some battling kind of low down in Toronto's end near the blue line. They get it out, but Pittsburgh is coming right back. Picked off by Toronto. Lots of neutral zone play. Tavares bringing it in over the line, but turned over. Matheson carrying it up, looking up ice. He's going to go for a skate. He's just going to take it all the way over the red line, dumps it in, steals it from Sandin. Matheson, tripped up. It almost got a shot off as Matheson and Sandin battle into the corner. Pittsburgh moving it around. Again, very sloppy play. Zucker can't pick it up in the corner. They are battling it out. Toronto picks it up. Simmons is going to carry it over the red line, and he's breaking in against 3 Penguins. He's going to take it deep into Toronto's zone into the corner. Muzzin off the boards, breaking out, shot on Jerry, easily turned aside. Came back to the point. Toronto let it go. Campbell way out of his net to stop that. Grabs the puck and dumps it out. Engvall at the blue line with a little bit of a hit. It's dumped in and again over the glass. It just seems like there's a whole lot of communication not happening there. Jose, thank you so much, my friend, for coming in. Appreciate the sub. That is awesome. Thank you for your support. Really, really appreciate it. And thanks for watching along. So we are waiting to see another drop from the puck. The puck has been dropped. Toronto loses it, goes deep into Toronto's end. Hall battling it out. Let's see what they can do. Just this defensive zone battles. I can't believe how sloppy the play is in their own end. It's making me a little uneasy. So now we're in Pittsburgh zone. Pittsburgh out in front of the net. Quick shot by Hall to Jerry. Jerry turns it aside. Pittsburgh in the corner. They are dumping it out. But turned over at the line. Toronto grabs it. Kerfoot went for the tip. Cachet, it was that Cash couldn't tip it. Kempf couldn't tip it. I always mix Kempf and Cachet up. 64 and 25 look nothing alike, but on the ice, those two they just skate so similarly. So we're back with the Matthews line. And Pittsburgh is going to dump it deep in the zone. Riley's going to pick it up behind the net. Dump it to Kerfoot. Kerfoot hasn't gotten off the ice yet. Marner, come on, Hall, looking to put it up. Matthews dumping it in deep, and Marner's going to chase it in. So turned over, and we got Ritchie in the corner battling it out. Pittsburgh is going to come free. Centering it across, but couldn't do anything with it. Matthews is going to pick it up and carry it out into Pittsburgh's line. Across to Riley. He had his pocket picked. Riley had a lane to shoot and had his pocket picked. So Reese and Brody battling in the corner. It comes out. Ritchie picks it up. Matthews takes it away and skating up. They cross the Marner's going to cross the line and turn it over. And Pittsburgh's going to just look and pass it right back up. Over the blue line comes Pittsburgh across. Shot. Big save by Campbell, but he gave up a rebound. But Sandin was there to help it out. Pittsburgh is definitely moving it around. Guntzel in the corner looking for a lane. Back to the point. Big shot. Campbell snags that and holds on. Wow. What a play. So we are off to another commercial break. So it's interesting. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this the NHL.com board. Sometimes it's a little slow. Sometimes it is not. Leafs need to speed up their leg a lot. Yes, they do, my friend. I cannot believe how sloppy and how slow they're playing. I know, there's a little bit of a point in time when you want to be conservative and you want to make sure you're, making the crisp passes and you're following your plays. But they just look so sloppy out there. The puck is not bouncing in either team's way. But when you have the skill that Pittsburgh has out of the lineup tonight, with Malkin and Crosby and Letang and Rust, you got to take advantage. You need to capitalize for sure and make sure that, you are playing the way you need to play when you're making the kind of money that our, top four guys are. It's funny. This is a perfect time. I'm actually watching right now. I'm a big card collector, as a lot of you know. I'm watching an auction right now for a Michael Bunting Young Gun rookie card because I don't have him, and his prices are all over the map. So there's a good deal going on right now. So I apologize if I'm kind of looking down at my phone. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not getting outbid here. Lots of multitasking. You too, you're a card collector as well, Jose? All right, so here we are. We're back from the commercial break, and let's see if the Leafs can turn it around because we're getting outshot badly right now, 8-3. You are okay. Yeah, big card collector here. I know a lot of the Upper Deck product was announced a couple days ago. It is being delayed due to lack of or some shipping and manufacturing delays. So I think Series 1, kind of the staple hockey card product, instead of coming out next week, is going to be delayed till beginning of December. So about a month. I know they canceled some stuff as well. Trilogy. I know last year's Ice was canceled. So disappointing that some of the product Upper Deck had to cancel, but I'm glad we're at least getting our Series 1. And for all of you folks that are, in Toronto area, because I'm not sure, I assume it's across Canada, but oh no, I'm talking too much and not paying attention to the scoreboard, and that just happened. Oh, goodness gracious. Pittsburgh scores, puts a goal on the board, and we knew this was going to happen. We talked about the shots, and Pittsburgh was dominating. We talked about the giveaways, and here was a scrambled face-off loss back to the point, puts it across, some nice passing, a shot, tips, did not go through, couldn't get the rebound, a little bit of a screen goal. Who's that shot it? I couldn't even see the player that shot it. You can see Campbell kind of waved at it, and O'Connor in front of the net. It kind of almost hit Campbell's glove, hits O'Connor instead, and redirects in the net. Pittsburgh goes up 1-0. Not the start we wanted. Definitely not the start we wanted. That's a lot of cards, my friend. Holy moly. That's a lot of cards. And you know what? It's funny because it adds up really quick, right? If you're a collector and you're buying stuff with all the base cards and everything in there, those boxes definitely climb up a lot. I am going to do a stream when I get my boxes of Upper Deck. I'm going to do a live stream of cracking those open so we can see what hits we get. So you definitely, if you're a collector, make sure to watch for that. Pittsburgh coming in on a 2-on-1, but thankfully that did not turn into anything. Spezza carrying it up the ice with Engvall, looking to move it, moves it across. Simmons couldn't do anything. Muzzin keeping it in. Oh, side of the net for Spezza, banging away. Engvall, shoot it. Scores! Yes! Yes! Leafs come right back. Was that my man, Jason Spezza, who put it in? Hardworking fourth line, Jason Spezza, the cheapest player on the team, the best player on our team, puts it in to tie it up. Yes, that we needed. That we needed. So they were playing it. Spezza had one whack from the right side of the net, circles around to the left side of the net, picks up a rebound, flips it up and over the goalie. Nice little play. But I see Simmons had a whack, Enville had a whack. So all those guys had chances. It finds Spezza's stick, as it seems to be doing, and he puts it in. Ties it up 1-1. Just what we needed. So, off the draw, Toronto wins it. Take it back deep in their zone. He should be captain. I agree, hands down. I mean, Tavares is really, really good, but someone like Spezza, here's Toronto breaking it again. Spezza, I think, while he gets a lot of respect, he doesn't get all the respect, and he should be rewarded with something like that. So here's Ritchie. He's going to carry it across the line, taking it. It splits the D, Ritchie, but really fanned a little bit on that backhand. Could not put it towards the net with any kind of mustard. And it's going to come all the way down. Not enough for icing. Campbell's going to put it to Hall. Hall looking up ice. Toronto kind of setting up to move the puck. Hopefully that goal will fire up the rest of the team. Nylander kind of putting it in, but they cannot do anything with it. Turned over to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's going to break out. Oh, big hit. Big hit by Sandin. Lays the hip. I did not see who he hit, but that was a monster. And here comes Toronto. Nylander breaking in with the shot. Good save. Oh, the rebound came right back out in front of the net. And it's tipped up and over. We got a penalty on the play. Somebody took exception there. So there is a slash. Friedman in the box. Is that who Sandin hit? Must be. But Sandin laid a beautiful hip check. We've not seen a hit like that for some time. So here's the replay. Oh, just a slash. So Sandin laid the hip. They got up. They kind of skated away. And Friedman just gave him a little love tap on the back of the leg and gets called for the slash. Toronto should try for Strome. Which one? There's a couple. Dylan or Ryan. I'm a fan of both. I've actually been a Ryan Strome fan for a long time. My friend of mine who might join us on the stream a little bit later on, we usually do a hockey pool together. And every year I'm like, hey, let's take Ryan Strome. And I've been waiting for him to explode out. It's Toronto putting some pressure back in. Dylan Strome would be a nice acquisition as well. He's spectacular. I'd try and get the pair of them if I could. Tavares from the slot. Go! Matthews. Holy moly. He cannot buy a goal. Matthews again with the shot goes wide. Nylander back to the point. Another shot. It's a shooting gallery out there. Toronto is moving the puck. Oh, and he let it go by, and that runs out. So Toronto's going to change their lineups around and come out with the second power play unit. Hey, Andrew. Welcome in. Thanks for coming in this evening. Really appreciate it. Glad to have you here. So here we go with the second unit. Back to the line to Sandin. Sandin taking a look. Over to Engvall. Engvall with the shot high and shoulder save by Tajiri. Almost called him Tajiri. If you're a wrestling fan, you'll know who Tajiri is. But Jerry. So Aston Reese was putting on some pressure. Toronto looking to get something going with this second unit. We got 25 seconds left. Engvall's going to break in. I'm actually surprised Engvall is still here. Oh, rebound in the middle. Come on, Ritchie, it's in his feet. Just cannot pull the trigger. So they're going to clear it out. 10 seconds left. Toronto's going to change. That's really going to do it for the power play. Lots of shots, unbelievable shots. Toronto takes a lead in the shot category, 12-9. Kerfoot breaking in, circles back, puts it in the corner, cycling it out in front for Muzzin. Muzzin puts it over the net. Hall, did he keep it in? I don't know. That was pretty close. But it looks like it's still a fair play. So Pittsburgh now breaking it up the ice. Oh, nice little hit by Muzzin. You got to watch when you're trying to go wide on Muzzin. He can close the door so quickly, and he is so strong. So Toronto picking it up. Quick shot, doesn't get through. And that's into the net, into the mesh behind the net. And we are going to have a whistle in the Pittsburgh zone. What do I think of Hutchison? Well, I feel bad for Hutchison. Hutchison is, I mean, is he a good goalie by NHL standards? He's yet to prove that. He's a way better goalie than I could be. And even in the AHL, he's okay. He's pretty decent. But he had a really rough night last night, and he's had a pretty tough start to the season. He's still young. He's got a lot of work ahead of him. But Toronto has a lot of goalies, in the minor league system, and some of them are supposed to be pretty darn good. So it's going to be tough for him to really solidify his place as the third string goalie if he keeps having performances like he did, last night. So do I like him as a number 3? I do. Do I like him as a number 2? Not really. If we were going to be in trouble and Mrazek was going to be out for a very long period of time, I think we'd need to do something to find a better kind of backup. But, Mrazek, I think it's supposed to be next week. It was only a couple weeks he was going to be out. So hopefully he can come back, and hopefully that groin heals up nicely and it's not a recurring issue throughout the year. I know with him, he has been injury prone, Mrazek. So fingers crossed that he's not going to be too bad. Brian K, welcome. Thank you for coming in, my friend. Appreciate it. So happy to have you here. I heard 2 other goalies are hurt. Oh, I haven't heard. You know what? Usually I follow the Marlies a little bit to see how, some of the folks are doing down there. And it's been so crazy this year that I really haven't had a chance to pay too much attention to the Marlies. All right, so we are coming back with the Matthews line. Let's see what we could do. Puck is dropped. Pittsburgh actually takes that one. We got 3:20 left in the period. It's been pretty even. I mean, Toronto has moved ahead in the shots, but time of possession, I'd be curious to see, because I think Toronto might be slightly ahead, but the gameplay has been pretty even. So here's Toronto breaking into Pittsburgh's line, tried to get it across from Matthews. He couldn't, but Marner. Oh, Marner with the shot, and Jerry just holding on to that. It looked like it had a chance on the far side. Thank you for NHL.com for finally refreshing. You'll notice a lot of the stuff might be delayed here. As well, depending on how you're watching the game, if you're watching it through Rogers or through Bell or through another streaming service, or watching it online, sometimes there might be certain delays. So if I'm ahead or behind you, apologies, but we should be pretty close. So here we go. Another face-off in Pittsburgh zone to the left of the goalie. Leafs win it in the slot. Bunting couldn't pull the trigger. Brody shot from the far side to get it in the middle. Goes right through. Pittsburgh's going to pick that up and clear the zone. Toronto picking that up around mid-ice. Nylander with the pass back. Cycling it around, looking to set something up and get it moving. Tavares chips it in. Nothing doing for Toronto. So they're going to apply the forecheck. Pittsburgh is going to get it out. One-on-one coming back. Looking to take it in deep. Cycling it in the midboards. Pass back. Shot by, who is that? Can't see a lot of their numbers the way their jerseys fold over. It was Rodriguez who had a nice little shot that Campbell saved. So here's Tavares breaking in with the spin around shot, and Jerry's going to hold it easily as Bunting kind of knocks the net off. So we will reset, get another face-off in Pittsburgh zone. So nice little drag by Rodriguez, went up high and got Campbell kind of in the shoulder. Campbell is really cutting down those angles quite nicely. So in 4 games this season, Rodriguez has 2 goals and an assist for a total of 3 points. So he's having a good start to this campaign. So we've got 2:15 left in the first. We're setting up to the left of the goalie. Puck is dropped. A little bit of a scramble. Pittsburgh's going to win that. Go behind the net to get it out. Oh, big hit at the line by Muzzin again. Paul's going to take it back. Start to move the puck. Toronto is playing around with it. Here's Engvall. Engvall's going to carry it a little bit and turn it over, but steals it back and turns it over again. When we talk about sloppy play, Holy moly. All battling in the corner. Toronto looking to move it. Simmons goes in hard in the corner. Took a little bit of a run at Rouet. I don't even know how you pronounce that name. Rouettel. Simmons is going to pick it up and carry it into Pittsburgh zone. Moves around Rudwell. His name is brutal for me. And Pittsburgh's just going to pick it up and dump it back into Toronto's corner. So shot attempts are 25-18 for Toronto. So definitely, a little bit of a shooting gallery that started on the power play. Toronto's going to break back in the zone, puts it across. They're just not connecting on these cross-ice passes in front of the net. Back to the point. Shot is going to go around the net and come out. Pittsburgh's going to carry it across. Good stop. Who was that? Was that Sandin? Nice defensive stick. Sandin is really, really starting to look good. Comes across. Whoa! Sandin with the slide across. Couldn't make it the full connection. But it's back to the point. Riley looking to slide it through. Kerfoot back to the point. Nobody is there as the change was taking place. Marner trying to stick handle through two guys, and I think we all know how that's going to end up. Pittsburgh's going to take the puck and starting to move it up, but they fanned on it. Brody picked it up at the line, but it is in offside. It is extremely sloppy play. It's disappointing when they, you just want to get out there and do something for them. You see the way the puck is bouncing. It's like, it can't be that hard. It can't be that hard. So here's a draw, 25 seconds left. Toronto's going to pick it up. They're going to put it back. Riley's going to look around, look for an opening. Toronto's going to move it up. Can't really get it in deep. Just some neutral zone play, back and forth. Back to Riley, through the neutral zone to Pittsburgh, who puts it right back into the neutral zone. Back to Toronto, Brody to Riley. Riley misses it, and that is going to do it for the end of a very, very, very sloppy first period. It's Jason Spezza, the man of the hour, with his third goal of the season, with assists from Engvall and Simmons to tie this game up at ones after Drew O'Connor kind of did a little chest bump to knock the puck in the net from Peterson and Friedman. So we're going to kind of switch our screens here a little bit. That's right. You can't blame it on the new guys either, because the new guys are playing way better than the old guys, than the vets. So when we go back and we look at the first period stats overall, Toronto did come up in shots with 16-10. Both teams did not capitalize on their power play. Each team with one penalty minute. The face-off win percentage, so this is really concerning to me. I didn't think the face-off percentage changed as much as it had. When we looked earlier in the period, it was 50-50. It has now gone down. Toronto at 32% and Pittsburgh 68%. That is a huge number, so we'll look to see in the second how that number kind of holds. In the blocked shots category, Toronto with 5 blocked shots to Pittsburgh 7. Takeaways at 3 apiece, which is good. Toronto maintained only 2 giveaways that period. I said earlier I thought that number was going to climb, but it did not. And no giveaways, for Pittsburgh. On the other side, on the hits category, Toronto with 7 hits to Pittsburgh 16. So this is one of those numbers I mentioned that was concerning for me, as Pittsburgh is definitely growing, and while Toronto had some nice hits, they've only put 7 on the boards. From the penalty category, it was Jason Spezza with an interference call and Mark Friedman with a slashing call. So let's go and take a look at the Editown scoreboard. And I'm just going to make a little clicksy here and put this banner up. So before I go to the Editown scoreboard, for anyone new that's come in and is watching, please do consider hitting that subscription button. Definitely hit the thumbs up, the like, and if you do subscribe, hit that notification bell. We are on a push to 200 subscribers. And if I take a look right now, We are 8 more to go. So we are 8 more to go. So I'd appreciate it if you consider giving us a subscribe. What we do, so we do some of these live games. We like to call the play-by-play and talk hockey. Tuesday nights, we do a retro stream. It's called Let's Go Retro, where we turn back the clock and we discuss a particular theme on each Tuesday night. So we've had one where we talked about retro rock. We talked about Saturday morning cartoons. We talked about, what else did we talk about? Cartoons. Oh, I think we talked about Star Wars. We did a whole episode on Star Wars. Upcoming this Tuesday, our Let's Go Retro show is going to feature talking about sitcoms from the 80s and 90s. So that's a lot of fun. Saturday nights at 10 p.m., we typically do a hockey talk show. It's about a quick half an hour to 45-minute show where we talk about everything that's happened for the week in hockey, specifically around the Maple Leafs. But on Saturday nights, if we do call a game, we do not do the hockey talk right after. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff along the way. We do some video game streams, some Lego streams. We go out on location, Canada's Wonderland. So we're all over the place. We'd really appreciate the subscription. So let's hit that out-of-town scoreboard. So Anaheim, Minnesota, they are still tied at 3s. Nashville and Winnipeg at the end of the first, tied at 1s. Montreal came back at the end of the first period. Montreal has taken the lead 2-1. Colorado at the end of the first, taken the lead over Tampa Bay, 1-0. Buffalo, the end of the first, 1-0 over New Jersey, which is awesome. So glad to see for Buffalo. Florida taking the lead over Philadelphia, 1-0. Sorry, Lisa T. Our game, as we know, is tied at 1s. We have Carolina has now taken a 2-0 lead over to Columbus at the end of 1. So definitely some movement in regards to the out-of-town scoreboard. Whoops. So I'll just do a quick time check here. We're at 7:57. If you're watching on CBC, the halftime show looks like we have Ron McLean with, oh my gosh, Kevin Bieksa and Kelly Rudy. There's somebody else sitting on the panel with them that I'm not familiar with who that is because I only see the back of her head. Not sure who that is. So thank you everyone for joining us. The Leafs have a lot to do to regroup here. A couple good things, a couple on the positive side of things. Yes, their face-off is taking a hit, but I think, and I'm trying to see if I can find some detailed stats here on the time of possession, because I really believe Toronto had a very strong time of possession in this period. It doesn't look like. Oh, here, can we go team stat? No, this isn't gonna tell us what we want. But if we look at the ice time, how it breaks down, the Matthews, Marner, Ritchie line definitely pulling in the most ice time so far. 5.5 minutes for Matthews, 6.5 minutes for Marner, which is probably about 4 minutes too long, and 5 minutes for Ritchie. Kerfoot is up there with just under 5 minutes. Bunting has over 5 minutes. Kempf has 5 minutes. Nylander at 5.5. Tavares at 5. So the ice time for the forwards, pretty even, really, across the board. On the defensive side, Hall, Muzzin, and Riley, all with over 7 minutes. Riley almost with 8 minutes. Brody with 6.5, and then Sandin and Liljegren with 4. Actually, Sandin's pretty close to 5, so we'll give him 5. Do I think Toronto will make any trades? Well, I don't think they will just yet. Because of cap space, if they were to make a move, they'd have to make sure, dollar for dollar, it's pretty close, or at least that the team they're trading with retains a lot of the salary. So I don't know if they'd make a move just yet. However, if we get, to December time and this team is still not performing, then yes, I think there will definitely be some moves. Excuse me. Yeah, Marner, you're right. Marner is probably the guy that if he doesn't step up, will be the guy on the way out. The problem is with what he's making in his salary. Is there really a team out there that's going to want to take him and give up, some young guys, a pick, another player to come in and perform and eat his salary if he's just not playing? The problem with Marner is that that's a lot of cap hit. And sure, he could go to, a Nashville, a New Jersey, somewhere that they could afford him, but would they want to play him? The other thing, right, that's going to be interesting is I believe it's the end of this season, Morgan Rielly's contract is up. And so it's going to cost them a ton of cash to re-sign him. And it's 8:00 and I lost track of time to see if I won that bunting card. So I'm going to take a look and see what's happening here. Sorry, bear with me. This is very important. I've been trying to get a bunting card for a very long time. Okay, and it looks like it should be over and I should be the winner. And if this is the case, I'm very happy because that is a steal. Awesome. Charlie, yes, they better do something. They're going to need to do something. No Eichel. See, I would love Jack Eichel is superb. He is such a good player and has such not even potential at this point. We know he's a good player. He just hasn't been given a good opportunity to win and a good cast of characters to play with. The problem is with what he's making. I don't think there's a way that we could afford him. And we can pull it up right now. Give me a moment. I'm going to pull up and see what Eichel's cap hit is. So we know that he's a lot. So what is his status? Why is he not even on the list here? Oh yeah, because he's on injured reserve, right? So Jack Eichel. Jack Eichel, he is a $10 million cap hit every year until 26-27 when he's an unrestricted free agent. So he's a $10 million cap hit. And if we flip over to Toronto, on Toronto's side, now Marner, Marner's almost 11, right? Marner's a 10,903,000. So can we do a Marner for Eichel 1-for-1 deal? That would certainly be interesting, right? I would make that deal in a heartbeat. Would Buffalo make that deal? I doubt it. No way. Charlie says maybe they need to trade for players that are prepared to play every time they hit the ice. Yeah, wouldn't that be ideal? Wouldn't that be nice to have a team of players that actually show heart when they're on the ice? So that's why Toronto's in a real tough spot, right? Because you have, Matthews signed to 23-24, and he's $11.5 million. You have Tavares, who's $11 million. You have Marner, who's just shy of $11 million, and that's where all your money is. Nylander's a steal right now at just under $7 million. So if there is a move to be made, Jose, it's probably Marner that's going to be the case. But the question is, do they find a buyer that's willing to eat that? And would Buffalo be willing to take the risk, even though Eichel wants out of there? Sorry, 1 second. All right. if we look down the rest of the roster, actually one of the really interesting things and one of the big stories is that Arizona, we know Matthews is a free agent in 24-25. Arizona has like cleaned out their team of contracts. So they only have a handful, and when I say handful, it's like 2 or 3 players that are signed into that year. So the big story is that Arizona's freed up all this money in cap space so that come, July 1st of 24, that season of 2024, they're going to throw the bank at Austin Matthews and try and pick him up and steal him away from Toronto. And that would be something. That would be the story of all stories. And it happens all the time. If you look at the Raptors, just this past season with Kyle Lowry, signing with the Miami Heat, we lost him for nothing. And when DeMar DeRozan, was shipped out, Chris Bosh, when he left, Vince Carter was the biggest one. He was a free agent. He walked away. In Toronto, it happens all the time, right? With Zach Hyman, we couldn't afford him. We couldn't give him what we wanted to. And Edmonton said, hey, we're going to give you all kinds of money because we think you're worth it. Well, don't we kind of look a little foolish with egg on our face for, not paying up what he deserved? And now that hurts. The rest of our team, Kerfoot at $3.5 million, Nick Ritchie at $2.5 million, Kempf at $1.5 million, Cachet and Engvall at $1.25 million. Then everyone else is like $950 and down. Spezza and Armato at $750. So it's like peanuts. It is peanuts. Hey, CeeLo, my friend, welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping in to say hi. That was a very cool little festival, Halloween festival you were at today. So that was awesome. You're right, because that's where Matthews is from. Exactly. So they're going to do whatever they can do to, sign him over. And that would be a huge, huge, huge deal. So I am going to bring in, actually, a very good friend of mine, friend to the show, big hockey fan, and my partner in crime for hockey pools over the year. Please welcome to the stream, Dr. Aaron Sohn. Thank you, my friend, for hopping in. I hope your Saturday was lovely.
Oh, yeah. So far, so good. Sorry, we got a little delayed here. The chicken on the barbecue was taking longer than necessary. So those things are hard to catch. First, you got to catch it, and then you got to pluck it, and then you got to get it onto the barbecue. The problem was I drank too much beer before I started the beer can chicken, so we got a little delayed. But I'm here now, so I don't think did I miss anything? Are they still winning?
So it was quite an interesting first period. 1 goal apiece, and our goal scorer is the leader of the club, Jason Spezza.
So I took him on DraftKings tonight.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, we have a comment from CeeLo. Unfortunately, our Preds suck. You know what, CeeLo? I'm usually the Preds guy. They were
Wait a minute, I thought you were the Panther guy.
Well, the Panthers and the Preds. I've always been a Predators since the days when Steve Sullivan went to Nashville.
And
that was when I became a Nashville. I got the 3rd jersey, the blue Nashville jersey. It's awesome. So they might not be good now, but they do have a lot of talent.
I'm surprised you don't have a Kraken jersey yet.
No one on the Kraken has excited me enough to want to buy one of their jerseys.
I think half of our team from last year is on the Kraken.
Yeah. What does that tell you about our team from last year?
They were all expendable. That's why our team folded.
Very, very true. So Aaron and I have done a hockey pool for 5 years, 6 years, something like that.
At least.
And we did well 1 year.
1 year, yeah.
But usually around mid-season, when a lot of crazy trades and stuff would happen, we did not do well.
So what's going on there? Did you not pay your heating bill or something? It looks like you got a Hawaiian shirt going on, and you got like the NFL
Hey, I'm supporting this. I'm gonna kind of stand up. It's my Toronto Maple Leaf Hawaiian shirt.
Nice.
And I got to represent my Florida Panthers. So it's
okay. I couldn't tell. I
black
thought
on
you were a
black.
toque or something.
Yeah.
I thought you were a hoser. I couldn't figure out what was going on.
So my Florida Panthers are undefeated, and they are still leading tonight into the second period. So very excited there.
What other teams? Edmonton's undefeated as well, I think.
Edmonton undefeated. There's a lot in the West Coast. The Kraken in Vegas are definitely not any of those undefeated teams. And you're right. I agree with you, CeeLo. The Kraken is not going to have that Cinderella story like Vegas had in their first year when they went.
What are you talking about? I think the Kraken are going to win tonight.
Who are they playing? I just
Vancouver.
talked to them. They are playing Vancouver. Yeah. Right. That'll be interesting, though. Vancouver is they're not bad. They're not bad. But what's really excited me so far is that Colorado's beating Tampa Bay. Because I don't know if you heard, Kucherov is out again for.
Well, he only needs to play in the playoffs, right?
Well, exactly. So
that's what Matthews should try doing.
we talked about that kind of off the top of the show, that they're trying to pull another fast one and putting Kucherov out for a while and see if they can slide into the playoffs and keep them fresh. Like
Pittsburgh is trying to do with Crosby.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. What happened?
Are you behind?
Well, I just looked up at the TV and saw the game had started.
Because maybe we'll be closer together this time.
Yeah, my internet TV that I'm watching on my computer here kind of died out on me. So let's.
Does that mean we have to break away to Dancing with Dina for a few minutes?
Yeah. Dancing with Dina coming to a streaming network near you.
I thought she was, like if there was a rain delay or something for a baseball game, they bring in the show. I thought she's the show if the game goes down.
She's the show. All right, so here we are. Toronto cycling it around. Quick shot. Looks like it missed the net. Quality on this is terrible. What is going on with my internet here? I can't even switch there. Okay, quality's back. Sorry about that. It was all pixely and it was like really hard to see. I can barely see the numbers as it is, so make it pixely. It's that much worse. All right, so looks like right now I have it on my screen with Pittsburgh is cycling it around and just passed it up. Is that about where it is on yours?
Toronto 1849 with a stop and play.
1849. So I'm about 10 seconds behind you.
Well, that's close.
Are you on Rogers or Bell?
Bell.
You're on Bell. Okay, so yeah, you get the faster service. I'm delayed because I'm with Rogers.
That's interesting. I used to be with Rogers.
Well, you know what I found when I was doing the game last Saturday night? The game was on Sportsnet, so I was streaming it on Bell on the computer to watch it, and it was actually like proper in real time. It was way ahead of what my TV was. So Bell definitely has a better signal.
That's interesting.
So you know what? Let me switch the stats here to the second period. We were talking so much during the intermission that I didn't even get myself set for for the second period. And let's bring up our live scoreboard as well.
Was it all the special guests you had on?
What's that?
Did you have a lot of special guests on that I missed from the first half?
No, you are my special guest. We had.
Oh no.
We had Jose has joined us and has subscribed to the channel, so we thank you, Jose. We are now only 8 subscribers away from 200, so we are definitely moving. I should actually update that banner. What? Oh my God! Scores.
Yeah, exactly.
How did that happen? I looked down for a second.
And it was a crappy goal. I don't know what happened to him. Oh, that's just ugly.
This is what happens. This was what happened on Pittsburgh's first goal. I took my eye off the screen for a second to make a change.
Oh, and Pittsburgh my goodness. Scored. He dumped it in his own net.
So a wraparound. It just trickled through. That was not nice.
Oh, no, maybe it went in before? I couldn't tell.
Matheson, Florida represents.
We had him.
But, wait a second. Matheson's a defenseman. How on earth is he leading a rush behind the net?
Maybe we should start watching the Raptor game, I think, because this one is getting ugly quickly. I think this is not looking good.
Oh, boy. Oh boy.
Ugh.
So, oh my God, another goal.
Who's the backup?
Is that Toronto University of Toronto kid available?
Where's David Ayers? Or he's signing at the Expo in a week or two.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Oh, it got deflected off of Joe Thornton. A little bit.
So yeah, as we talked about in intermission, turnovers are going to be killers, and that's exactly what happened here. We had a turnover and led to a deflection and in the net. And I got to fix everything here because that all my stuff is at a sink now, and I don't like that.
Sheldon Keefe called a timeout. The fan behind is busy making fun of him. Sheldon Keefe is talking about what he's going to be ordering.
I see the guy in the blue Pittsburgh jersey, the timeout, and he's got the chirping hands.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Okay, buddy. Okay.
I miss days where Ty Domi would have pulled him over the glass and beaten the crap out of him.
Oh man, that is embarrassing. 2 quick goals like that. Well, okay, let me get this Pen scores off my board, and let me try and update my ticker here before any more goals happen. There we go. Oh man, that was horrendous. How did that happen so fast?
They switched goalies? No, they didn't switch goalies. I don't think they have another goalie.
No, they have Hutchison on the net. Now, after last night, do we really want to put Hutchison back in?
He's terrible.
Back in the net there?
No, they should release him.
Almost 2 minutes. They're. Oh no, that's Campbell going back. Oh my gosh, I just had a minor heart attack.
Oh no, they just gave it away again. Oh.
Come on. So I just had the puck drop. So
Wow, you're okay. You're late. Well, you're gonna see a terrible giveaway in a minute.
Here we go. Wow, the TV's even ahead of my web browser now. Big giveaway. At least Campbell stopped that. So how many times have we done this? And we've talked about the Leafs and their giveaways, and they got to watch their giveaway numbers, and they've just proven right there with a couple giveaways leading to a couple quick goals. That is not good. Their giveaways. So clearly the NHL has not updated their stats yet because they're still showing Toronto with only 2 giveaways, but it's a lot more than that right now. All right, here we go. Pittsburgh just walking all over Toronto now. Picks it up, cycling around the corner behind the net, taking a look out front, intercepted by Riley. Riley's looking for someone to pass it to, and nobody is open. Goes cross ice to Brody. Brody up the boards to the red line. Who's that? Tavares puts it in deep. Bunting's going to try and take it in the corner and chase it down. Forecheck cannot do anything. Pittsburgh breaks out almost with ease. 3-on-2. Quick shot wide of the net. Pittsburgh picking it up in the corner. Oh,
what time do you have? What's your timer at?
17:10 right now.
So you're about 15 seconds behind.
Yeah, on the TV, and my computer is about 5 seconds behind my TV. It's funny. The first period, it was all in perfect sync. It's so weird that it's all off now. I prefer to watch it on my screen because I have all the other stats and stuff. Here's Toronto. Oh, what on earth was that? Spezza in the corner looking to get it out. Yeah, Pittsburgh is like taking the puck away with ease.
Yeah, Campbell being my goalie for DraftKings tonight was maybe not the best pick. I thought he was going to have a good game tonight.
You know what? I can't really fault him other than the first Pittsburgh goal. That wraparound was bad. Or sorry, not the first Pittsburgh goal, but the first one of this period.
Yeah.
That's an interesting comment, Jose. Get rid of Keefe and bring in John Tortellini.
Oh, he would not do well with these. We'd have to lose half our team.
I like Torts as a coach, but yeah, I don't know if I can't imagine how he would fit in. I think we just have too many egos. There you go. Quick shot by Muzzin. Deflected up and over the net into the mesh. The problem is, Spezza can't carry our team. We need Matthews and Marner to put some points on the board.
Ooh, crossbar.
And this has been a theme that has we've talked about a lot of the first period, and definitely on previous streams as well. We need to do something to get Matthews and Marner going, because I know Matthews. What is this? His third game back now.
I think so.
So his rust should be gone.
Does he have a goal yet?
No goals. I don't think he has a point.
Maybe it's time to shave the mustache.
I think Marner, I think he has 1 assist, if I'm not mistaken.
So Scotiabank is not sponsoring the Leafs helmets this year. We have TikTok on the helmets.
Well, TikTok is big business. He does have a Stanley Cup, Jose. That's true. But, so did Babcock when he came in. And Babcock had issues. That's for sure. So I think that myth of having a Stanley Cup. Good chest save, but Campbell's not even holding the rebounds anymore. But that myth of having a Stanley Cup to prove that you're a good coach, I think kind of goes out the door nowadays.
Got a penalty for the horse collar. It's 15 yards.
There we go. Oh, yeah. Perfect. That was a silly penalty. Come on, Kerfoot. That is ridiculous. That's just frustration right there.
So I was looking at some cards. Because Kairu's off to such a hot start, and I had stocked up on him, I guess, a couple of years ago because I thought he was going to be a good prospect. So I posted one.
Oh, nice.
Got to clear out a little bit of the cards.
So Jose, who's here with us tonight, we were talking about cards earlier. He's a big card collector as well.
What does he collect?
Jose, what's your brand of choice or your
Sandy
series?
Likes MVP.
MVP. So Pittsburgh wins that easily. Back to the point. They're on the power play now. Cycling it. They're going 3 high deep. Over across. Quick shot. Good leg save by Campbell. Excuse me. Air ball out and down the ice. Toronto was able to clear it.
So since you have like 192 subscribers, I think if they could all start texting in what their best picks for the NFL, the spreads tomorrow, that would be great. Because I need help.
Just do it blindly. Just close your eyes and pick.
Yeah, well, I'm slightly better than that, but.
Or you're a golfer. Set up a couple cans.
Yeah.
One is the home, one is a visitor, and kind of chip it. Whatever can the ball lands in is the team you pick.
Interesting. Well, I have to pick 6 games, so I'm doing quite well actually. So.
Okay.
Let's see.
Well, Jose, then Aaron is your guy. Jose says he collects hockey, football, and baseball.
I do that and a little bit of, I was doing that plus a little bit of basketball, but I haven't bought anything this year. The only thing I bought this year, I got a deal. I was looking for one. I bought a Mike Trout 2012 rookie card. So a PSA 10. I got it for a good deal because the market's a little low, and I like Mike Trout, so I wanted one of those. That was the only purchase. I don't remember the last time I bought something other than that.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a while. We've been moving some. We bought a few things we bought some baseball. I got some stuff graded, which came back and they did well. But like just for like pure collecting, maybe I'll get a Caulfield or two because I think he's good. But I really haven't watched that much hockey this year to even know who the superstar rookies are. I've been more following a little bit more baseball.
Right.
And especially with no hockey pool. Usually with the hockey pool, I'm on. I know everybody about everybody and everything. But since we didn't do one this year, I haven't been looking at it as closely.
Yeah. We got a Pens fan in here. Ex Rummage, welcome in with the Go Pens. Oh boy. Well, I appreciate you being here. But yeah, your Pens are off to a mighty fine start considering the firepower that they are missing tonight.
Guntzel, I love Guntzel, and Kessel was my guy, so I always like Pittsburgh. And Crosby's a heck of a guy too, so he's not bad.
Yeah. Aaron, can you see the comments when I post them up here?
Probably if I went to chat, I can see. I told Sam I had 25,000 or more than that cards. I can see that when they pop
That's a
up.
lot of cards.
If I look on chat, if I look on comments, then I can see them. But then let's see. Do I see your comments?
Gotcha. I haven't really made any comments.
Yeah.
I've just been
I was
talking.
gonna say I don't see any comments, but when somebody comes in, I can see what they write.
Okay, awesome. X Rummage, thank you very much for subscribing. Even though you're a Pens fan, you're in my good books now for subscribing. Thanks very much. We are so close to 200, and every subscription helps get us just a little bit closer there. So thank you very much. I was actually surprised. I did not look at the rosters for tonight until the game started, and I was so excited. So I'm like, yeah, Leafs are playing. We're going to see Crosby and Malcolm and Letang and all these guys. And I look at the roster and I'm like, oh, Crosby's hurt. Oh, Malkin's hurt. Oh, Letang's out. Oh, well, Rust is out.
I'm glad I'm not in the hockey pool with you then.
Yeah. The sad thing is, all that firepower is out of the lineup and Toronto still looks very lost right now.
Yeah, I think I backed the wrong horse tonight.
Yeah, it is a dog. It is a dog. Aaron, what type of dog is it? X Rummage was asking.
Oh, it's a Papillon. It's upstairs. I guess she wants to go outside, but gosh, she's noisy. So either somebody going by or somebody went outside.
Or she's watching the Leaf game and she's chirping them like that fan behind the bench.
Could be. If it's distracting, I'll close the door. So I don't know where we went, but anyways.
Oh, so here's the puck possession stats. I was curious about this earlier. 1354 for Toronto and 1157 for Pittsburgh. So I was right. I kind of predicted Toronto had the advantage in the puck possession time, but they weren't really doing anything with it. Shots 18-16 for Toronto. So they are leading. They're probably leading in the shot attempts as well. But Pittsburgh just capitalizing on some sloppy play, some sloppy turnovers.
But on a side note, the Raptors are winning.
The Raptors are winning. Good. Now here, this is bizarre. What is happening? My internet feed was just ahead of my TV feed, and now they've swapped again. Oh boy! All right.
I don't know if you follow basketball at all, but you see, like Zion is out, and I think he's apparently like 300 pounds or something like that, which is not good for people who are collecting Zion cards.
I did not see that, and that is crazy. What's the score of the Raptor game? Do you have it there handy?
Yeah, it was 43-35. So let me see. It's going to commercial. It was 43-35 when I saw that.
43-35. Nice. After the Raptors got blown out in the first game, I was really nervous, but then they kind of destroyed last night.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah. Oh.
Rudy, come over here.
So Toronto is putting some pressure on in Pittsburgh zone. Kept in. That is not offside. Sit down, fan. Oh, was offside? I thought that was kept in.
I'm looking at PC Optimum points. Birdie.
Yeah, we're now at the PC Optimum points screen as well. Love the picture-in-picture commercials, though. I am quite fond of broadcasts that do the picture-in-picture commercials.
It's even better if it was picture-in-picture without the commercial.
That is true.
Watch 2 games.
That is true.
I don't know. So I know that Spezza's had points for Leafs. I don't know. Has Tavares or done anything or I know you said Matthews has done nothing and Marner hasn't done anything. Is it all just fourth line?
For the most part, Tavares has a couple of points, not much. Bunting has a couple of points, but for the most part, it has been the fourth line for Toronto who has really, held strong.
Where did Joe Thornton go? He went to Florida?
He went to Florida. I think he's still searching for retirement homes. Not sure if he's gotten into game action as of yet. What is Florida doing? Florida is down now, 2-1. Okay, come on, Florida. They need to come back. So we're kind of making other conversation to get away from the Leaf game and try and let the Leafs recoup a little bit and get back on track and hope that they can turn this around. I mean, still lots of time. They're only down by 2. Lots of time for our kind of top 6 to get going. So here we go. We are to the right of Tyson Jerry. Is that his first name? Tyson Jerry?
No.
No.
Tristan Jarry?
Tristan Jarry. I've called him so many different names tonight. It is embarrassing.
Don't you have his young gun?
I certainly do.
Oh, there you go. What
Certainly
you need to do is lay out all the cards of the players so you have them.
Yeah, I've been brutal with a lot of the names, but that's the fun of it.
You and Don Cherry.
Me and Don Cherry. Yeah. I haven't heard anything from Don Cherry at all recently. Have you heard? He hasn't been in the news, nothing, which is very unusual for him.
I figured you'd be subscribing to something. Well, he had one podcast, I think, and that was the end of that.
He had one podcast. I think it was about 15 minutes where he talked about all the good things they were going to do on the podcast, and that was it.
And then he went dark after that.
Yeah. So Pittsburgh, again, clears the zone easily. Toronto looking to regroup. Matthews going for a little skate, looking to move it up, but ends up dropping it back. I hate that little drop back pass. I know all the teams use it now, but it drives me absolutely batty.
I think the Leafs started it.
I think so, too. So just so much neutral zone play, and back to the dump and chase game.
It's New Jersey Devil hockey.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, no pressure on Pittsburgh. They know all their stars are out, and they have a 2-goal lead. So they are happy to play the dump and chase game.
Okay.
Popped out. Oy. Bouncing puck. Pittsburgh breaking in. Looking for some room.
Leafs used to be such a fast team. They're not looking so fast so far this year.
They're not skating at all.
No.
Riley gets it out. Back
hey,
to
Kapanen. We used to have him.
Yeah. Kapanen's looked really good, too.
Raptors are only up by 4 now.
So Kapanen with a kind of a chip play for Rodriguez. Rodriguez, who's looked really, really good. Almost a little chip play, but it goes up and over, and we are heading to a break. Or no, they're not heading to a break. They are heading to a break. All right. X Rummage says, Pens usually do good without Crosby and Malkin. I don't know why. It's kind of funny when teams do that, right? You take your top 2 players out of the lineup, and everyone feels the need that they have to step up, and they all just play that much harder.
Gino's been hurt so much. I mean, they play most of their games without Gino. And with Crosby, he's a one-man show. So, I mean, if he's not there, other people get to do things. They got so much talent. I mean, they got Guntzel on that team. They got a lot of good players on the team.
Yep.
I'm kind of pro Guntzel. I love that guy.
Guntzel is so good. So good. I mean, I was so excited when I scored his Young Gun card. I was like waiting for so long. I just won an auction for a Bunting, Michael Bunting Young Gun. So happy to
50
have
cents.
that. I wish. No, his prices were ridiculous, but I got it about $5 less than what it's going for. So I'm happy.
You know what? There's a good player, Jordan Kyrou. You might want to look him up on eBay. There's probably somebody.
I got him already. I think he was probably one of those guys, and there were a lot of them now. That you get the young gun that year, and you're like, "Who the heck is this guy?" And you kind of throw him aside. You don't really think anything of it. And then a couple of years go by, and all of a sudden they start playing really, really well, and you're like, "Oh, I think I have his young gun." Yeah. With Michael Bunting, of course, when he came to Toronto, everyone wanted his young gun card, and it skyrocketed in value. I didn't even realize he was from this season's extended set. So I'm like, oh, he's an extended. Let me see. And I had to go back and flip through all my extended. Of course, I did not have him. So I'm like, figures, right? The one guy that's
what kind of collector are you? I thought you collected sets.
I know. Well, the extended, I only bought one box of extended. Got all my Lafreniere hits that I wanted.
Do you have his young gun?
I don't have his young gun, but I have his retro throwback rookie card from extended.
Can we turn this to Raptors game, because there's not much point watching this anymore.
Pittsburgh is all over them. Breaking out along the side. Oh, my God. That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. There wasn't even an attempt. Not even an attempt to save that. Holy moly.
Well, what's he going to do? It was off the Leaf skates. Again, that's 2 that they've scored on their own net.
That's
No
the
chance.
Leafs defense are getting all kinds of points tonight.
Muzzin, what a beauty deflection.
Off the skate. Oh, yeah. Nothing you could do about that.
Was there a kicking motion? I think he was trying to kick it in his own net. Nice play, Muzzin. Way to go. I think he scored 2 on his own net tonight. Or did Brody score the other one on his own net?
Oh, that's so embarrassing. So embarrassing. I mean, listen, nice play by O'Connor. It's like he looked and saw exactly where Muzzin was, and he said, I'm just going to bank it off the skate. Easiest goal he'll ever score.
Leafs are going to the power play.
Meanwhile, Rummich is having a great day, celebrating and screaming. Well, we're here ready to switch the channel.
Well, this will be the second Leaf game I've watched this year.
Here comes Hutchison. I hope not. We can't put Hutchie in. That would not.
Why don't we just play without the goalie?
Well, we could, just fold the nets down, or maybe
since Guntzel got points. 2 for
maybe hockey. Since Marner, isn't scoring, maybe he wants to put the pads on. Doesn't every player have to rotate having a turning goal? Doesn't that hold true for the NHL?
I think they got to do something. Maybe they can score.
It happens. It certainly does happen, Rummich. It certainly does happen. But that's okay. Hey, at least there's next game. My thoughts exactly, puppy. My thoughts exactly.
She's in attack mode right now.
And so Toronto goes to the power play. There was a penalty called. I totally didn't miss it because I was too busy.
Jake Guntzel for hooking.
Guessing to myself. Guntzel. Okay, so he's in the sin bin. This is an important power play. Riley goes across, looking to bring it back. He does. Across to Matthews. Matthews does not shoot. Now he shoots. Matthews is definitely putting up a whole lot of shots, but just not getting anything through. Rummich says we always make the playoffs and then get blown out in the first round, so can't get too excited. My friend, I can agree with you there, but I know a whole lot about that. What is it, 5 seasons in a row? Toronto's made the first round and got knocked out?
Was it 5? I thought it was 3.
Maybe it's 3. 5 sounds better.
Well, they haven't won a playoff round in the 2000s, have they?
Yeah, something like that. It's crazy.
Hey, let go.
Charlie says goals went in off Leaf players. What side are they on? Yeah, they're still not sure. They figure there's more cap room on Pittsburgh. They'd rather make a case to move over there. The good news. Oh no. Okay, Campbell picks it up. High stick is gonna stop the play. The good news. This is the last year we're paying Phil Kessel his $1.5 million towards his contract.
Such a great player. They should get him back.
Since we're paying for him, why not? He wants out of Phoenix.
One way, Phil.
One way, Phil. Likes the hot dogs in Toronto.
Yep. They had to introduce him to the goalie in his last season here. He had never met him, never was in our zone. He's like Beresin, never back-checked.
Sergei Beresin, a blast from the past.
Yep.
One of my favorite hockey card pictures of all time was the Phil Kessel day with the cup. When he had
I showed you that one. Yeah.
Is the hot dogs all in the top.
I have it. One of my favorite cards.
Such a classic.
There's not too many cards I have to buy, but that one I was like, I need to have this one. It's awesome. He's on the golf course, and the Stanley Cup is filled with hot dogs.
Did you end up getting a David Aries Young Gun?
No.
I got one.
Yep. Nope. I didn't go for the one-hit wonder.
The one-hit wonder.
They were going for so much. I mean, now they're probably like $1. You can probably go on. But at the expo, you can go get him to sign it.
Yeah, his wife is hysterical on Twitter.
I heard she's really good.
Yeah, she's really, really funny. All right, here goes Toronto. Putting it in, trying to make something happen on the power play. Marner back on the line with it. Deep into the corner. They just cannot handle the puck today at all. Marner looking to do something, goes down low to Matthews. Matthews back to the point to Riley. just too much looking around. Pittsburgh is taking all of the lanes out.
They're playing a prevent defense.
Yeah, Tavares is just can't make anything happen. Marner can't make anything happen. Matthews out to Nylander. Nylander's, I don't know what he's doing. That was a ballet move or something, but he's tripping over his own feet. Trying to stop it inside, can't do it. Pittsburgh is going to clear, and that does it for the power play. 6.5 left in the first, 4-1 Pittsburgh. Toronto is up 25-19 in shots and carrying the puck. Muzzin dumps it in deep. The dump and chase game.
Oh, no.
If you're saying, oh, no, that could only mean one thing that's about to happen in 10 seconds here.
Yep.
Pittsburgh over the line. 2-on-1. Outshot. Scores. Wow.
This is killing my DraftKings lineup.
Wow.
They're showing Hutchinson. They're showing Hutchinson. Hutchinson's looking down. Please don't pick me. Please don't pick me.
Do we still have that University of Toronto kid on the roster?
Oh, that would have been awesome. Who scored that one? 28.
Peterson. Peterson is 3 assists tonight. So now I have a goal and 3 assists. Unbelievable. This is yikes.
Oh, yeah, come watch the game with me tonight. It's going to be a good game.
Hey, I thought when I looked at this lineup for the weekend, I said we have San Jose on Friday and Pittsburgh on Saturday. I said Pittsburgh is going to be a good game. I didn't know what would happen with Hutchinson in net against San Jose, but I thought Pittsburgh, this is going to be fun, and especially after that loss, they're going to come out and they're going to come out strong. And well, I was right. Pittsburgh came out really strong. Yeah, X-Rummage, I did not expect this either. This is crazy. This is just a shellacking. So Pettersson's first goal of the season. Good for him. Spezza looking to do something, puts it deep in the corner. Can we get a spark from this fourth line? You know, down 4 goals. Let's be realistic. Even though there's still a lot of time left.
There should be a fight. That's what we need.
They are not going to come back 4 goals the way they're playing.
Fight. I'm just saying there should be one there.
Oh. I was like waiting for something to happen because I'm 10 seconds behind you. Tavares behind the net, kicks it out in front, and it goes all the way back to the line, back to the corner, kicking it around. They just can't find anything to get it in front of the net. Riley taking on 2 pens in the corner. They're just battling it away in the corner. Pittsburgh doesn't even care at this point. Finally, it comes out all the way down the ice, skips over. Campbell's going to play it into the corner. Hull's going to pick it up, try and move on it. Tipped up to Nylander. They're not even skating at this point.
Do you still have any paper bags at your house?
I just got some yard bags.
Yeah, that might be a little big. I'm just trying to figure if you have a bag that you can wear over your head for the next time you want to call one of these games.
Oh boy, this is bad.
They are flat.
They just not even skating. It's
Hutchinson, I think, will be in that at the start of the third.
I suspect you're probably right. They all look completely dejected on the bench. What do you do? How do you get over this? I mean, as a coach,
isn't there a
yelling? Yeah, yelling and screaming at this point is not going to do anything. It's not going to inspire. It's not going to spark them up. As a GM, you know, you look at this team and you say, what am I supposed to do? You know, this is where
nothing. It's early. You don't do anything yet. You just wait.
Yeah.
But like the GM said, you either sink or swim. If they suck this year, then you start moving some pieces. Yeah, right now, Spezza, we could get a lot for. We should trade him.
Spezza right now, you're right. You know, at $750,000 cap hit and playing the way he's playing, 3 goals already.
The problem is he won't go anywhere else.
No, and he made that very clear. Was it last year, the year before, when they put him on waivers? And he said, hey, if some team picks me up, I'll just retire. Listen, he doesn't want to go anywhere else. He wants to play here. He wants to win here. that's fine. I don't think they would move. Well, they can't move him because he's so cheap. He fits in nicely.
Yeah.
I think he's the guy at intermission. He's the guy that stands up in the dressing room and gives some kind of a speech. You know, Tavares, your captain, I don't think he's the guy who's going to, inspire because he's not performing. I think right now, Spezza, your top performer, he's the guy to stand up and really kind of make things happen.
Like, where are we going for dinner?
Yeah. Have you watched the Amazon series for the Leafs on Amazon Prime? I haven't either. I keep meaning to watch it. I heard it's actually quite good.
I was watching Ghosts.
Watching which?
Ghosts. Have you started watching that one?
No, I haven't watched that one.
Really? New TV show. It's funny. The kids are watching this.
That was offside by a mile. Like, when you're carrying the puck over the line and someone on your team is already at the top of the circle, how do you not see them that they're in the zone? This is just so embarrassing. Outscored opponents 10-2 in the second period. I didn't see that full stat. Oh, this season. Pittsburgh is outscoring their opponents 10-2 in the second period. That's pretty amazing. That is pretty amazing. And the second period is, not Toronto's finest traditionally.
I was listening to, I think, John Derringer on the Q the other day, and they were talking about they are hoping that the Leafs don't score any goals during the season, and if they can win a game in a shootout, 1-0, because everybody's sick and tired of the Hall & Oates goal song.
Yeah. Huh.
I cannot believe they used to change it every year, and for the last 4 years now, it's been the same song, and it's time. It's stale. It's time for a new goal song. No wonder the Leafs don't want to score.
Yeah, Marner in the box with a ridiculous hooking penalty. I think they just paid too much for the rights to that song, so they want to make sure to get their money's worth.
They used to have
so here we go. Pittsburgh back to the power play, 0 for 2 tonight with only 2 shots, but that's okay because they are scoring a ton 5-on-5. So let's see if Toronto can make some magic happen and pull out a shorthanded goal here. 3 minutes left in the second period. Pittsburgh cycling it around. Kasperi Kapanen with the gorgeous hockey hair, of course, taking it all the way through and turnovers, but it's funny how when they turn it over, the puck just kind of sits in the middle of the ice. Back to the net, off a skate. Campbell grabs it and hangs on for a face-off. Wow, it is just ugly, this game, but that's okay. There's still time to recover a little bit, bring things back, just work out the kinks. Yeah, Jose thinks Keefe is going to be done and the GM is going to be done this year as well. And that very well may be the case if they don't step it up and figure something out real quick. So Pittsburgh moving it around, carrying it into the slot. Nice pass, but just couldn't pull the trigger. Back to the point. Diamond formation. Rodriguez in the corner, down low, looking behind the net, where to move it out. Back to the right of Campbell. Tries to get it to the point. Now it goes back to the point. Taking a look as they set up. Wrister from the point. Wide off the board. Pittsburgh recovers again. Top of the circle.
Big save.
They're battling it out tough in the corner. Spezza carrying it out. Nice. Spezza with 2-on-1. Spezza holding in front tip. Good save by Jerry. Jari.
That was a nice.
It's Spezza again, stepping up, carrying that out, making something happen out of nothing. How many times does this guy have to do this? Spezza is definitely the guy. So when we were talking about, well, maybe I'll save it for the intermission, and we'll see what happens.
Where's Chef John?
I think he's busy tonight, but he will definitely be back. Andrew Ford, welcome back in. Appreciate it. And actually, Andrew,
Mike.
What's that?
Where's your other brother? Has he not been on the show?
I'm not sure. He hasn't. We'll have to bring him on at some point.
Goalie to the stars. The
Goalie to the
souvlaki
stars.
of hockey.
So Andrew makes a good point here with a little exclamation mark points. For those of you that have been in the chat and watching along, you are earning points while you've been here. So if you do exclamation mark points, it'll tell you how many points you have, and then you can actually play with those points. So as you start earning points, if you do exclamation mark gamble and an amount, let's see if it'll work for me. So you do exclamation mark gamble and the amount you want to gamble, it will trigger a dice rolling game and you can earn more points. So it tells me here, I rolled a 58, I won 20 chips. So you can play along while you're watching and continue to earn some chips and join the leaderboard. We have not reset our leaderboard for a while, but that is something that we will definitely be doing soon to give all of our new viewers an opportunity. So 1 minute left in the period. Not a great showing for Toronto, as we've been talking about for a while. Digging it in the corner. Sandin is going to work it out to Tavares. Hops right over Tavares' stick. Turned over at the line. Pittsburgh's going to carry it back in. Let's just hold it for 40 seconds. Come on, boys.
Make the bad man stop.
Yeah. Liljegren back to Sandin. They just can't even get it out of their zone at this point. Another turnover at center ice. Right across. Oh, dear Lord. Thank you, Tavares, for coming back and breaking that up. That is just not looking well at all.
And mercifully, the period comes to an end.
Oh, boy. Ugly. Just an ugly, ugly period.
Are you doing the chicken dance? No, I can turn the camera around.
One. There we go. Wow, what a bad period. So we definitely were talking earlier, and I think you asked a question about what some of the other players have done in terms of points. So Nylander so far on the season, I don't think this is including tonight's game, but it doesn't matter because he doesn't have any points in tonight's game. 2 goals for Nylander and 3 assists for a total of 5 points. So that's not bad. 5 points in 5 games. Tavares with 1 goal and 2 assists for 3 points. Spezza with 2 goals and 1 assist, not including, today's game. Bunting has 2 goals and 1 assist. 3 assists for Riley, bless you. Simmons has a goal and an assist. Sandin with 2 assists. Engvall with a goal and an assist. Kerfoot with a goal and an assist. Dermott with an assist. Cash with a goal. Lindgren with an assist. Muzzin, and there's Marner. Marner with 1 assist. And Marner is a -3 over 5. Austin Matthews, no points, and is a -2 through 2 games. And yeah, it's pretty ugly. It is definitely looking pretty ugly. So let's go to the out-of-town scoreboard and see if there's any more excitement happening there. Let's actually get rid of this stats. So we look across the board. 4-3, Minnesota takes it at the end of overtime, or they won it in overtime. Winnipeg up 4-2 over Nashville. Montreal finally learned how to play hockey. They are up 5-1 over Detroit. Colorado with a 2-1 lead over Tampa Bay, just starting the third. Buffalo still up 1-0 over New Jersey at the end of the second. Florida has tied it up 2-2 with Philadelphia in the third. Come on, scroll for me. Scroll for me. There you go. Carolina up 3-1 over Columbus. St. Louis with a 2-1 lead over the Kings of Los Angeles at the end of the first. And we have New York Islanders and Arizona kicking off in about 6 minutes or so. So you're up to date with the out-of-town scoreboard. Let's take a rundown of the stats in this game. And the simple question is, do we have to? Yes, we do. Let's see. All right, so in this game, the early goal scorers from the first period was O'Connor, his second from Peterson and Friedman, Spezza from Engvall and Simmons. The second period in the shellacking by Pittsburgh, Michael Matheson, his first from Kapanen, Jason Zucker from Heinen and Peterson, Drew O'Connor, his third from Heinen and Peterson, and Peterson, his first from Rodriguez and Guntzel. Shot-wise, shots were about even in that period, 10 for Toronto, 11 for Pittsburgh, to bring the totals up to 26-21. Going to the extended stats, both teams are 0 for on the power play. Toronto 0 for 2, Pittsburgh 0 for 3. The faceoffs, Pittsburgh still dominating the faceoff circle, 62% to 38% for Toronto. 12 block shots for Pittsburgh to Toronto 6. Takeaways pretty even, 5 for Toronto, 6 for Pittsburgh. The giveaway section, 5 giveaways for Toronto, which we've been seeing throughout this game how bad it is, and only 2 giveaways for Pittsburgh. The hit parade is being dominated by Pittsburgh, 28 hits to Toronto's 11. In the second period, the penalties on the board, Alexander Kerfoot, 2 minutes for holding, Jake Guntzel, 2 minutes for hooking, and Mitchell Marner sees his way to the scoreboard for 2 minutes for hooking. All right, what do we have? X Rumage says, I'm more of an NFL fan, but I played 15 years of hockey, so I always love the sport. Nice. That's awesome. What?
Good. I need picks. Send the picks along.
Yeah, Aaron is a big football junkie, so if you have picks to help him out, send them over. And he lives in Pittsburgh. Where did you play? What position? Were you forward, defense, goalie? And he lives in Pittsburgh. That's pretty cool. Pittsburgh is, I guess our Hamilton is kind of like Pittsburgh. That's what I've been told. I've never been. Never been.
You've never been to Pittsburgh?
I've never been.
It's lovely from a speeding car.
Is that, you've been to Pittsburgh?
I've been to Pittsburgh on my way to Baltimore.
Baseball?
No, I have cousins in Baltimore, so we used to drive there for all the events. So,
oh, cool.
I don't know why we drove, but we drove.
X Rummage says he was a goalie. So tough position. I only once, so in ball hockey, I played goalie a lot. On ice, only one time have I ever donned the goalie pads, and it was for my younger brother's team. Their goalie was out for whatever reason, and they needed somebody for practice. So I said, hey, if we have old pads, I'll put them on and play. And that was such an eye-opening experience. I did not expect that position to be as hard as it was. You definitely need to be in good shape to perform in that. All right, so let's see here. Just trying to see if there's any additional statistics that we can find and dig up. Well, here's actually a story that's been quite interesting. So to start the season, we know Ovechkin was hurt, and there was rumors that he may not, play, and he ended up coming in and playing the opening game of the season, and he's actually been on fire.
Yeah.
He's really been tearing it up. So it brings the question back on the table. Is it possible, the Gretzky record that he's chasing, is it realistic? And what does he get? He gets number 735. And what was Gretzky? Was Gretzky 802 or 902? Do you remember?
I think it was 802.
802. So he's about 60 some odd goals away. So probably he's not going to do it this year. But next year, if he plays another year, he should be able to make it. The pace he's keeping. So I guess my question is, would you like to see Ovechkin break Gretzky's record and become the all-time leading goal scorer, or is that something that's kind of sacred and should really, be nice to keep it with Wayne?
It's interesting. I mean, I I have like big respect for the guy who can score when like the league is so much tighter in scoring. I mean, when Gretzky played, they used to 12-9 games. You don't see those anymore. So I mean, I hope he does it. Although it is kind of cool to have, see Gretzky's records. Well, there's a lot of records that Gretzky will never be broken by. Like it's just unbeatable records. But I think Ovechkin beats him, and I hope he does. He deserves to. I mean, that guy's he's a beast.
Yeah,
except when we have him in
our pool. Yeah, I kind of have mixed feelings on it. I mean, Gretzky's Gretzky. You're right. He's got a million records that will never be broken. It's kind of nice that he always has that scoring, top scoring record. But Ovechkin, he's been a heck of a player, and he has dominated many, many years. And you look when him and Crosby started together, everyone was like, who's going to be the better player? And year over year, oh, Crosby's better, Ovechkin's better. And then it's like Crosby's, more Stanley Cups and this and that. And, Crosby has probably had a better surrounding cast. I mean, yeah, Ovechkin's had some good players with Backstrom and whatnot. But the fact he's been so consistent and so good for so long, yeah, it would kind of be nice, for him to get that record and own that. And it'll be a lifetime before anybody comes and does it again. It would be unbelievable. And he hasn't really had that many injuries where he's been out for long periods of time. Like, you really have to have the stars aligned for a lot of years to come close to a record like that. Even if he doesn't do it, even if he says, okay, he's going to come back and he plays one more year and, he just can't reach it and something happens and he has to stop, it'll always be a story of the chase. But I think if he plays most of this year, gets close, next year he should do it. And if something happens and the year is cut short or whatever it is, maybe he comes back one more year. But he looks like he could still go for another 5 or 6, right?
He's like Yager, just keeps going. But you know what? He won his cup. That was the main thing. I'm glad he won one.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much Ovi cares about the other records. I'm sure he does, but they want to win a cup.
Absolutely. Let me see. Curious how long he's signed for me.
Oh, Doncic is looking good tonight.
Washington. Oh, my keyboard is failing me. Come on. I'm not having a lot of good technology luck today. Woo! There we go. Sorry, I had to start a little fan here. So Washington Capitals, if we look down for Ovechkin is signed through to the 25-26 year. So he's 36, 37, 38, 39. That takes him until he's 40. He can definitely play for that period of time if he wants to. So if he does play through the 25-26 season, he will definitely surpass and by a lot. Well, I shouldn't say a lot, but a good amount Gretzky's record. And he's only in a $9.5 million cap hit, which I think Toronto would welcome right now with all their $10 and $11 million cap hits. But that's interesting. And he's got like Kuznetsov is signed through 24-25. So Ovechkin's got Kuznetsov for, a number of years. TJ Oshie is also signed through the 24-25 season.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Mantha, that they acquired through trade, is there through 23-24, as is Tom Wilson. So there's definitely some talent. Connor McMichael, their young gun, is there also through 23-24. So definitely, yeah, if he pans out, definitely some talent around him.
They just need some defense and a goalie.
Yeah. The interesting thing will be what happens with Nick Backstrom, because we know he's out. He's on long-term injured reserve right now. He is signed through 24-25 at a $9.2 million cap hit. So they do get that salary relief right now because he's on long-term injured reserve. So it'll be interesting to see if and when he comes back, because he, having him as a number 2, when they played together, they were great, but putting them on separate lines gave Washington such great depth and really freed up OV because you couldn't just stack everybody up against him. So here, Rummage is sending in his football picks for you. So here, let me bring these up on the screen.
We'll see what I agree with. I concur with the Titans. The Packers covering the spread against Washington, potentially. I have the Bengals. I took the Bengals to cover against the Ravens, so I agree there. I agree with the Panthers. I took them over the Giants. I agree with the Falcons over the Dolphins. Yeah, the Pats should beat the Jets. Raiders, Eagles, I didn't take that game. So, yeah, those I agree with. I like the numbers there. I do like the number. I'm debating in my Survivor if I take the Pats because that is a good team to use up, or if I just take Arizona and be safe and move on to the next week.
Hey, Eleanor, welcome in. Hope you're having a great evening. And as well, Anthony the Molar Man, welcome back in. Anthony says Pats over Jets is an easy one.
Yeah, but I find the Pats and the Jets always play tight games against each other, always. So it's a tough call, and they don't have. They're playing well, so I'm thinking of taking that as my Survivor pick.
Yeah. Oh, here's X Rummage with a couple other picks coming in. Let's see what you think of these ones.
Let's see. I don't think the Lions are going to score that many points, but I agree the Rams will beat them. Yeah, the Bucks should beat the Bears, although I took the Bears to cover because I think it'll be a late backdoor cover. I don't know if the Texans score any points. They may get shut out against the Cardinals. Colts over Niners. Oh, that one I'm different on. I like to think the Niners are good. And the Saints and Seattle, those are two. That's a game that I have. It's going to be terrible. I'll still bet on it, but it's going to be terrible. So I don't know which way it's going to win because the Seahawks somehow show up to play even without Russell Wilson.
So I do want to say, Anthony popping in, and is actually perfect. Aaron, I want to at some point introduce you and Anthony. And Anthony's a big Bruins guy, so maybe when the Leafs and Bruins play, we'll do this. We'll bring him into the stream. But Anthony is a bit of a hidden gem. He's been on America's Got Talent. He's been on a couple talk shows. He's done some minor league baseball games. He actually plays music with his teeth, fingers on his teeth. And the reason why I want to connect you guys is because Anthony, Dr. Sohn over here, is a dentist. And so we've often talked, Anthony and I, and I thought it would be just a fun connection, especially if we all got on a stream together, to have the dentist and the music man that plays from his teeth. Just some great conversation. So Anthony, if you're still here, definitely wanted to make that little bit of an introduction. And if those of you that are watching, if you haven't seen Anthony the Molar Man, definitely check out his YouTube channel. It's awesome. All right. So yeah, interesting football picks. I know absolutely nothing about football unless it's the Canadian Football League, in which case I still really don't know all that much because I haven't watched it.
You used to be the guru. You don't watch anymore?
No.
Oh my God. I'm shocked. You worked for the Argos forever.
I know. I'll put it on. I'll watch a few minutes here, a few minutes there, but I really haven't watched all that much.
You made me go to you took me to a game one time when you were still working for them.
Wait, the funniest when from being there for so long, because you work through half the game, right? So it was like after halftime, I'd come and sit down with family and friends, whoever I was there with, and then watch the third and fourth quarter. So the first time when it wasn't working, after being there for 7 years or whatever it was, I remember going to the game and sitting down, and after the first quarter and a half and seeing how much time was left, I was like, wow, these games are really long. I can't believe you guys would sit through them the whole time. Yeah, good.
I remember
good time.
You got me tickets. You were there at the game, and I brought Allie, my daughter, and I guess she was 3.5 or something like that. It was hot. And so Made it to halftime. Wait, I think we got there by the second quarter. We made it to halftime. I bought her an ice cream, which she got all over herself. Halftime ended. I think we're 3 minutes into the third quarter. She's like, "Can we leave now?" and the sad part is that's the last Argo game I've been to.
Yeah,
she's now 14.
They were so much fun. Oh, we got Bernie popping here from Pete's stream down to the dog, taking out underneath the console. Oh no, saw your commercials on Pete's stream. 1 hour till the Krakens unleash in Seattle. The Krakens will be awesome. Bernie DC, thank you so much for popping in. We appreciate it. And if you do get back into Pete's stream, make sure to tell him we say hello. Pete is awesome. Does some great work with football and baseball, and has definitely been a little bit of an inspiration to call some of these games.
So they've changed goalies, the Leafs. I don't know if you noticed that. And
no, I haven't. I just saw it's back on, and of course, my feed is down yet again.
Yeah, well, you're gonna miss a goal from I don't know, the blue line.
Yep.
That beat them clean. I think even you have a chance to save on this one.
It just came on as I'm not even going to put the Pens goal banner up because they're scoring too much. It's like Tommy Lasorda's Sega Genesis baseball rule. Like enough's enough. He says absolutely insider on the DC radio shows for Caps. Going to do some hockey with Pete. That's awesome. We actually were just talking a whole lot about Washington and trying to figure out with
Boyle
Ovechkin.
Scored of all people.
Boyle, good for Boyle. We were just talking about Ovechkin and if he's going to break Gretzky's record and looking at his, what he signed for. Ovechkin's still signed for a number of years. Watching the Buckeyes pound Indiana while checking on the puck scores. Well, our Leafs are not doing too great. They are getting put out to pasture by a very, I don't want to say talentless, but all the big guns for Pittsburgh being out. But the good news is my Florida Panthers are still hanging in 2-2, so that'll give me something to cheer for.
I'm just all right, so watching the game.
Clearly, the intermission meeting the players had with each other was really successful.
Can't believe Matthews just scored a goal. However, the goalie was knocked about 3 feet out of the net.
And watching it now, back to the point. Sandin across to the other side, flipped inside, tipped Matthews with an open net and buries it. Oh no, they're calling it no goal. Interference penalty.
It's no goal. He knocked the goalie over.
Matthews with the empty net, not only does he get his goal taken away, is going to go to the sin bin.
Is that Nick
penalty
Ritchie?
Call. Let's see the replay here. Turns away. Matthews shouldn't go. That should be Bunting.
No, it's Nick Ritchie or Bunting or whoever it is.
That has to be Bunting. It is Bunting. Wow, he's got such a baby face. So Bunting.
I don't know if that was goalie interference or not. That's not a great call. Now, granted,
I didn't really
4 feet out of the net, but he was busy cross-checking the other guy. He could have got a penalty for cross-checking, but goalie interference, I don't think was right.
I wouldn't call that goalie interference, but you could easily call that on the battle with the defender. But they both should have went. Right? If you're going to call a penalty, that goes to both. Bernie says Kuznetsov is playing motivated this year. Had conversations with Laviolette, wanting more responsibility, and got it for a good 3-week stretch before a second COVID leave. Yeah, and Kuznetsov, he's a guy, we had him in our pool several times, and he's very hot and cold. When he wants to play and he's motivated, he's unstoppable.
Like Nylander. He shows up
very much like Nylander. Very much like Nylander.
You know what Don Cherry thinks about guys like that.
Yeah. Sullivan gets his team buckled down when he's missing Crosby or Malkin from the lineup, having vets like Carter and Boyle down the middle short. Absolutely. And so we had another viewer in here a little while ago who was saying, it was ex-Rummich was saying the exact same thing. When he's from Pittsburgh, and when the big guns are out of the lineup, they buckle down and figure out a way. So Pittsburgh really pouring on the pressure now, moving it around well. Leafs just look like they're on a different planet. Shot from the point, scores. Power play goal. Now that should have been interference. Was that Guntzel that was kind of backing in He was in the blue ice bumping Hutchison, but that was ridiculous.
Hutchison wouldn't have saved it anyways. He is just awful.
No, he wouldn't have. Yep, ex-Rummage, that pretty much sums it up right there.
I mean, he's way too deep in the net.
Joke.
Like, that's terrible positioning by the goalie. He's way too deep. He's not even up to the end of the blue ice. Anyways.
Yeah, he's getting shorthanded time now, especially with Backstrom being out for at least another 2 to 3 weeks. Kuzi with Ovi and Wilson have been dominant top through the last 5. Absolutely. And it's funny, we were just talking about that. I noticed Backstrom being out. I wasn't sure how long he was going to be out for. So thank you for coming in and clarifying. Another 2 to 3 weeks for Backstrom. And when Backstrom is back, it gives Washington such a good 1-2 punch when they have Ovi and Backstrom playing on separate lines. Can really free up the ice for each other. Hey, Coach, welcome in, my friend. Good to have you here. Unfortunately, Coach, Buffalo was winning 1-0, but New Jersey has just tied it up a couple minutes ago. But they are still looking good.
So do you think Bertuzzi wins the Rocket Richard, even though he's not allowed to play in Canada because he won't get his COVID shots?
It's gonna, very interesting how that story has played out. I'm sure there's other players in that same situation, but they've not been as public as that story.
I'm surprised they let him play, to be honest with you. But anyways.
Yeah, me too. But he's looked really good, really good.
Hutchison made a save.
At a minimum, first 10 games. Yeah, it'll be really interesting once he comes back. But Washington, Pittsburgh's they're just coming on so hard now. It's like I'm trying not even to look. It's so bad. But
like a car accident, you can't turn away.
It's 7-1, and they're just like the stats are just looking so bad. I mean, Toronto's still technically leading by shots, 27-24.
Yeah, they're like
when you let in 7 goals on 24 shots. But it all comes down to a couple key numbers, right? 65% face-off percentage for Pittsburgh to Toronto's 35. 6 giveaways for Toronto. I actually think this is a much higher number.
Montreal's winning again.
Yeah, Montreal's winning. And the hits, 27 hits to 13. So a couple of the key stats that we've often talked about during games, the hits, the giveaways, and while the face-off percentage has usually been in Toronto's favor, but the hits and the giveaways are numbers that Toronto is always on the wrong side of those stat categories.
Did you see who won in Calgary tonight, who the winning goalie was?
I did not.
Darth Vader.
That's awesome. Hopping in, we have Morgan. Morgan, hello. Welcome, and thanks for coming in this evening to watch the Leafs get completely run over by the Pittsburgh Penguins. Bernie says, guy that's really stepped up for the Caps is a rookie, Martin. I don't even know how to pronounce that name. Favery has scored his first goal of his career and is playing top-line D minutes with Carlson. Wow. Wilson and Ovi both think he's their best 2ED. That's pretty high praise if you have those two really giving
time to get some young guns.
Putting him up there. Yeah, absolutely. He's a guy to look for. So I know we mentioned it kind of at the intermission. As you guys are in here and chatting, there are definitely some side games that you can play along. You'll see Coach has put in the exclamation mark gamble in an amount. So you can check how many points you have by doing exclamation mark points. And that will tell you how many points you've earned just by being here and watching along and chatting. And then you could put in exclamation mark gamble and an amount that you'd like to gamble. I think the minimum is 10, and it's a dice roll, and you can win or lose more chips. It's all for fun. It's all for free, just to give you guys something to do as we watch along with the games and we chat. That was a wild game this afternoon. Flames got 3 in first. Caps got 3 in second, including Kuzi's shorthanded goal. Novi's 735th. That's amazing. 735. So, Bernie, do you think it's something that I mean, he's not going to get it
man.
this year. Oh, we'll have to see what's coming up. I'm going to hold that comment for a minute. So we know Aaron's is ahead. Pittsburgh, again, saved by Hutchison behind the net. Oh, shoot. Are you talking about that flying back fist in face?
Yep.
Bunting, I don't know what he was trying to do, if he was trying to get
a wrestling move.
But he kind of jumped and did a hammer fist to the guy's face, to McGinn's face.
That's called a backhanded compliment.
That is going to be rough. All right, Eleanor, I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great night, and definitely say hello to AAU for us.
The Leafs said goodnight about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. Oy. That was just a weird play. So they're calling it for elbowing. I guess hammer fist is not on the penalty list.
I thought Kadri was traded off the Leafs.
Be number 3 at season's end. Only needs to get 37 to pass Yager for third. Should pass Gordy next season. Yeah, I agree. Definitely be the third at the end of the season. The question is, can he keep up this pace through next season to catch Gretzky, or does it blend into the season after? And if so, if he does pass that record, does he retire after he passes it, or does he keep going? So some interesting questions to see what Ovechkin does.
I think the other interesting question is, in Washington, is do they actually keep the name as the Washington Football Club, or are they going to come up with a name?
Oh, in football.
In foosball, yeah.
In foosball.
They still are nameless.
X Rummage with a very interesting question. Why do they have TikTok on their helmets for the Leafs? Well, I think they're too busy in the locker room making TikTok videos versus strategizing on how to play against Pittsburgh. No, this year with all the new helmet sponsors, I'm actually surprised myself that TikTok kind of outbid Scotiabank or some of the other really big Canadian sponsors. But Toronto's considered, one of the most watched and one of the popular teams across the league. So from a sponsorship standpoint, it's a great move by TikTok.
By the way, I'm willing to my lab jacket, my scrubs. I'm willing to, pimp myself out if TikTok wants to put it on my scrubs. That I'm willing to wear it.
Put it
that
on.
That goes for anything else. If you want to sponsor and put, your streaming thing on my, my scrubs, I'm willing to let you do that.
Put our channel name on your your scrubs.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so this is just embarrassing at this point. And I can verify I did get notification. I did win that auction for the Michael Bunting Young Gun, so I will now be able to add that to my collection. Very excited. I've been chasing that for a while, and I can't wait to tell the other person that was trying to charge me way too much that I won it for way cheaper.
I'm sure Dina will be thrilled.
Oh, she always. Whoops.
Oh, I got a bid on my Jordan Kyrou Young Gun.
There you go.
There we go.
So thank you, everybody, so far tonight. We are now only 7 subscribers away from 200. So if you are watching and you have not yet subscribed and you don't mind doing so, I would kindly ask to hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell and the thumbs up. We'll talk shortly at the next commercial break about some of the other streams and videos we do, but we appreciate you guys all being here and your support.
Are you still doing the pony giveaway when you get to 200 subscribers?
Yeah, when we find a pony for free that we can deliver it for free, we'll look on doing that.
Okay, one lucky viewer can win a pony.
Yeah, courtesy of Dr. Soane's Dental.
That's right. Yep.
So it does look like Toronto has a little bit of life. I mean, not much, but I think at this point it's more pride. There are some guys that definitely are still floating around, but it looks like Tavares is trying to make something happen. Pittsburgh still quite easy.
Half the guys are playing tonight. I haven't seen Nylander out there.
Yeah, he's been off for a little while.
I definitely haven't seen Thornton. Let's see.
Because Thornton's not on the team anymore.
No, I know. He didn't look any different when he was on the team.
Yeah, no kidding. Actually, I'm watching out of the corner of my eye. Florida is up 3-2 now over Philadelphia. So they have about 10 minutes to go, 9.5 to go to maintain their winning streak.
It's good to have a backup team. I have the AHL Solar Bears.
Oh, Pittsburgh is really battling in front. Toronto, they had 4 of their 5 guys in front of the net trying to get that puck out. Too many cooks in the kitchen, but they finally do. And Richie seemed to trip over the red line, but they get it in deep. So 10 minutes to go in this Halloween slaughter fest.
Are your kids going out for Halloween?
We are going to go out for a little bit. We are actually doing a Halloween live stream. So we're going to take the camera with us and stream around the neighborhood, see some of the house designs, check out some of the costumes. And then when we get back to hand out candy, we're going to set up a little table outside. So if anyone wants to come and say hi to the stream, show off their costumes, they'll be able to do so. So it'll be fun.
Are you worried because you're in a swingers neighborhood that you could have some interesting parties going on?
No, that's on the other block across the street.
I can't believe they're doing the wave in Pittsburgh. I didn't think they did that anymore, especially not at a hockey game.
That's X Rummage just said, I see the fans doing the wave. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Bernie says, Huberdeau with a pair for the Panthers and Owen Tippett first of the season. It's awesome. Huberdeau is so good. I was so excited when Barkov signed that huge deal a couple weeks back. That was a huge signing. I got a little nervous.
Owen Tippett. If Owen Tippett could get hot, he was supposed to be like such a great prospect. He's kind of everybody's been waiting for him to go off. I thought he was going to be a good one, so I'm hoping he's still going to be a good one.
That would be awesome. But having Barkov there, Tippett if he can get going, Huberdeau, so good. I got really nervous when we lost when Florida lost Trocheck because Trocheck was such a good player.
I like Trocheck.
With Sam Bennett coming in, he's been awesome as well. So very happy.
So you should do a PSA announcement that you have a man crush on Sam Bennett.
Matthew Perreault, natural hat trick for the Canadians, up 6-1. Yeah, that's amazing. I said earlier, it's like Montreal finally learned how to play. And Bernie Hoffman also has his first. Hoffman was such a good free agent signing. I mean, I would have loved to see him come to Toronto, but they had zero room. I've always been
not a good signing. Sergei Bobrovsky.
Only in hockey pools. He's not a hockey pool goalie, at least for us. Every year we had him, he did terrible. Every year we didn't have him, he was a superstar.
Yeah, he's not been so good.
But yeah, I do.
Here so far, but
yeah, do have a big thing for Sam Bennett. He was awesome in Calgary, very underrated. Just couldn't catch a break when he first came into Florida. Was lighting it up, signed a nice contract, and off to a nice start. So I'm very happy to see Sam Bennett in my number 2 team in the Florida Panthers. And of course, I got my Panthers cap on tonight, hoping that they stay undefeated. And the Hockey News actually had it rated for Florida and Toronto to meet in the first round of the playoffs, with Florida moving on. Got Bennett and Reinhart trades deepens Florida's lineup immensely. Absolutely. They were just playing the long game, right? they were picking up the pieces and putting them in play. They're going to be real good, Florida. So 7.5 to go. It's a neutral zone game right now. A lot of back and forth. Pittsburgh breaking out. Tavares is picking it up, going for a little bit of a skate. They're moving it in Kerfoot over the line. And again, Pittsburgh just picks it up and moves it out, and we go back the other way. So this is a lot of what this game has been, a lot of neutral zone play. Pittsburgh's been waiting for Toronto to make mistakes to capitalize on, and there have been a lot of mistakes. And Pittsburgh's jump, ooh, that's a trip. Come on. That was a slew foot if I've ever seen one. Yikes. Yikes.
Yep. Now here we go. Now they're getting into it when it's 7-1.
You win it 7-1. So you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah.
Ekblad was my Norris winner before.
Now they're getting fired up.
Oh, fight in the corner. Simmons, get out of the way. Simmons throwing them. I can't see who he's got tangled up though. Turn him around so I can see his number, Simmons. Do us all a favor.
Is Colton Norris still with the OHL with the AHL team?
I don't think so.
No. Maybe they could bring him back.
Oh, it was Boyle he was fighting with. They have who's that other guy they sent down? Marner is kind of keeled over on the bench. Does not look like he was looking well. Ekblad was my Norris winner before he got hurt. Had that Hedman-like season going before the unfortunate leg injury. Yeah, Hedman was money. He was on fire. That was tough for sure. All right, we are going to commercial break. So I will say, I kind of mentioned that I would talk about some of our other streams at commercial break. So we do a retro stream Tuesday nights at 8 where we turn back the clock and we usually pick a topic to talk about. We've talked about some old rock bands. We talked about Zeppelin and Guns N' Roses and AC/DC and kind of the way music was back in the day. We talked about Saturday morning cartoons. We did a whole episode on Star Wars. We have an episode coming up this Tuesday where we're going to talk about sitcoms from the 80s and 90s and the 70s a little bit. It's a lot of fun. That show lasts about an hour from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern. And it's just an all-around good time where we all get to kind of forget about reality and go live in the past. Saturday nights when we're not doing a call of the game, we do hockey talk at 10 p.m. So we try and wait for the early games to finish. And then we just talk about what the week has been in hockey. Big focus on the Leafs and Panthers, but definitely depending on whoever shows up in the chat, we talk about the Sabres, we'll talk about the Bruins, we'll talk about anybody. So depending on who shows up, it's quite a nice opportunity to just talk some hockey. Depending on how the schedules go and what games the Leafs have going, we'll try and jump in when we can and do one of these games where we kind of do our version of the play-by-play and have some casual conversation because it's a lot of fun for us and hopefully it's a lot of fun for you guys as well. If you are a family and you have kids that watch, we do a lot of video game streams. We have myself and another streamer have a Beat Saber challenge that we're working towards. So there's a lot of Beat Saber streams, a lot of kid streams, Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft, all that stuff. And of course, we just stream wherever we go. Canada's Wonderland. If we go up north, cottage country. So there's lots of content, different pieces of content depending on what you like. So thank you for subscribing and checking out all our stuff. We really appreciate it. And our big goal is to get to 200 subscribers by Halloween, by October 31st. So we have our Halloween stream is scheduled. We are going out Halloween evening to take a look at the houses, the decorations, the costumes, and just have an all-around good time. So thanks for being here tonight. Thanks for subscribing and just kind of giving us a chance and hanging out. X Rummage says, I stream games on Twitch as well. When I'm free, I'll try to be here as much as I can. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. I haven't gotten too much into the Twitch game yet. I've been a big fan of YouTube. But yeah, that's cool. Twitch is good. We've experimented a little bit with Twitch. Lindsay D, thanks for popping in for a quick minute. Yeah, please don't laugh at our score. The one game, Lindsay. So Lindsay's a big Montreal fan, and the one night when Montreal is squashing their opponent 6-1 is the same night when Toronto forgot we had a game and they forgot to show up. So thanks, Lindsay. I appreciate you not laughing at us tonight, but thanks for coming in. Bernie says, NHL 22, not bad. Still some glaring things EA needs to improve for sure. That's awesome. I haven't had a chance of trying out NHL 22. I always get in this bad habit. I pick up the games and I like to start the be a pro mode and do the career. And I usually play about half the season, and then it seems to take me forever to finish it just because, life gets in the way. But yeah, I definitely want to try it for sure.
Do they have one for the Oculus yet?
An NHL for the Oculus?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I mean, I don't know that much about it. I know my brother has it. I just asked him if there's a family version where you come home and everybody's like happy, and you go sit on the couch and it's just quiet time. But I don't know if that's quite how it's supposed to be used. But I thought it'd be pretty cool if it's like, I'm a sports game player, so if they had like sports game, apparently they have golf for it.
There's definitely golf. And actually, I just tried. I think it was last year's PGA 2K1. I've just tried. It's actually a lot of fun. But the Oculus, good save. Hutchison actually stopped the puck.
Well, if you want to get me one, my birthday's Monday, and I'm accepting gifts.
One of our regulars who joins in the chat, AAU Triton, who I'm dueling in Beat Saber with, he has an Oculus, and he has done a lot of VR 360-degree view rides. So a lot of his streams are ride streams where he uses the Oculus to show the full perspective, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, if that's definitely a toy you'd be interested in, I would support that decision.
Okay. I'll start a GoFundMe page.
Yeah. Nathan McKinnon, first goal of the season, puts Abs up late in the third against Tampa, 3-2. Yeah. Tampa, we were talking earlier, the whole Kucherov story just rubs me the wrong way. I know, last year he was out for the season. They could have brought him back towards the end, but they didn't have the cap space. And then, of course, into the playoffs, he comes back and is Superman, right? Leads them all the way through. Hearing he goes out again this year, I just hope it's not the same story. I don't think he'll be out so long. And they obviously have the cap space. But if he's out long term and they get salary relief and make some moves and hold him out to the playoffs again, I'd be really angry. Do it 2 years in a row. I think I'm just angry in general against Tampa Bay. They've been too good for too long. But good for Stamkos.
So good drafting. Yzerman did well there.
That is true. And I'm very curious to see what's coming up with our Olympic rosters, and that's going to be interesting. We'll have to see what the Olympic schedule is going to look like, because I'd love to call a couple Olympic games, depending on when they air. But I'm excited for Olympic hockey to be back. What I'm more excited about than Olympic hockey coming back is that there's only about 5.5 minutes left of this ridiculous hockey game where Toronto is just getting blown out 7-1. Shots are still close, 28-27 Pittsburgh. Toronto is starting to move a little bit, but they're not coming back. The best they can do is just try and get another goal or two to at least, give them a little bit of momentum going into next week.
I think you could do a live stream of your hockey cards next.
I am when my order comes in, now that they've been delayed to December, I'm definitely
going to do a live break.
I'm going to do a live break of opening those if I can get my gimbal to cooperate and show that.
Nice.
Hate to see how the U.S., China, and Canada-China games will turn out in prelims. It's going to be interesting. That is.
What are we talking about? Ping pong?
Yeah. Hey, Christina G. I'm having a great night. Thank you. And thanks for hopping in. Really appreciate it. So Montreal has completed their wins.
Is this a Winter Olympics year?
Winter Olympics year.
Oh.
Absolutely.
So no ping pong then?
No, unless it's on ice. Ping pong on ice could be exciting.
I wonder. We're looking for Jamaican bobsled team.
Oh, so coach just piped in, down go the Sabres. So they lost in OT, eh? Ugly 3-on-3 play. Well, that's too bad. But the Sabres, they look good for a young team. They look good.
Are we talking about Buffalo Sabres?
The Buffalo Sabres, yeah.
They're good?
They're decent, yeah. Christina, tonight was pizza and TV. Absolute, Christina. I did pizza as well. we were
Even
talking
without Eichel
earlier.
playing.
What's that?
Even without Eichel playing? I don't think.
Even without Eichel playing, yeah, they're one of my Eastern Conference surprises so far. Now, Coach, if you had to decide if you would trade, because Eichel has stated, he does not want to be in Buffalo. And looking at the salaries, Eichel's salary cap hit and Marner's salary cap hit are pretty close to the same. Would you trade Eichel for Marner? I know right now I do that all day long.
Open net.
That's what Buffalo would do.
Oh, they just missed an open net. The goalie still hasn't gotten up. It looks like Larry in net there.
Pittsburgh really putting on pressure for the last 3 minutes. Oh, was that in the net?
No.
They waved it off, but it looked like it went in the net. I don't even want to watch.
Oh, jeez.
Bernie says, actually saw Jamaica trying to work on a hockey program. Goal is trying to be in the mix for the 26 or 30 Olympics. That would be pretty amazing.
Can you imagine them coming up against like a Canada or a USA and just like, I feel bad anytime like Kazakhstan or Belarus that goes against one of the powerhouses. They just get like, not only do they get beat, they get just like they get hit through the ice. I feel so bad for these kids.
Yeah. Coach says Jack's gone if I'm a GM, and yes. All right, Coach. So let's make the deal. You and I will Marner for Eichel. Let's get it done. X-Rummage. Leafs have a lot of giveaways tonight. Absolutely, they do. And I hate to say it, it's not just tonight. Throughout our streams, one of the key kind of numbers we've been looking at that we've been very concerned about is the number of giveaways are always up 8, 9, 10, and they do not look good. The other number that we're often concerned about is their hits. They are always way behind in the hits.
They gave away scarves the first game of the season.
To cover their eyes?
No, that was the giveaway. No, the Leafs don't hit. They're not a hitting team whatsoever. The only hitter they have is Simmons, and he should be retired. So, I mean, they have no physical, I mean, they got some on defense. They got a couple like that, Muzzin. But they have, on offense, they have, I guess you could say Bunting is supposed to be and Richie is supposed to be, but so far I haven't seen it. They're a bunch of, it's a very soft team, and that's why they're not good in the playoffs, because playoff hockey is hard hitting.
For sure. Pavel Zacha wins it for Jersey and OT, and Florida finishes Philly. Nice. I'm so happy. Florida remains undefeated. Woohoo. Braden Point ties it with 2 minutes to go in Tampa. Well, that's interesting. Braden Point, he's a good young kid, too. He's really, really impressive. Another one of those young guns I was after for a while, so glad to pick him up. Lindsay. Just loving this score.
I think Montreal bought this new goalie up from China. I think it was called, Win One Soon? I think that was the goalie's name that I was reading about. So it looks like tonight is the game.
Yeah. Good night, Coach. Thanks so much for coming in. Really appreciate it, and all the support as always. Have a good one. All right, so we're so excited. There's 50 seconds left. And the Leafs are
luckily
on
my game's ending before yours.
Yeah, luckily yours is going to end before mine. Leafs are breaking in 4-on-2 on the power play. They cannot do anything. Moving the puck around. Back to the line. Sandin across. Back to Sandin. Sandin takes a wrister. Deflected at a play. 25 seconds left. And we can finally put this one behind us. I'm shocked. I was so sure after the whooping they took against San Jose that they would have stepped up and come
on. Show this.
When you're losing, when you're losing 7-1 to a Pittsburgh Penguins team that's, I assume it says missing. Crosby, Malkin. Yeah, brutal.
Look at the face. Marner crying on the bench.
Here we go. 10 seconds left. Leafs carrying it into the zone. I don't know what Engvall was just thinking there. Game is over. Pittsburgh with a 7-1 beating. Massive beating. We'll put up the stats for the last little second here. Just horrendous. Just horrendous. Shots 29-33. Just ugly all around. So let's do a quick rundown of how this game panned out before NHL.com takes away my stats on me. So as I said, shots 33 for Pittsburgh, 29 for Toronto. Toronto 0 for 3 on the power play. Pittsburgh 1 for 5 with a 20% percentage. Faceoffs. Pittsburgh just taking Toronto to school, 63% to 37%, with 16 blocked shots to Toronto's 8. And this was really key because Toronto in the second period had a power play where they just unloaded on Pittsburgh and they were blocking and saving everything. From the takeaway side, 11 takeaways to Toronto's 7. That concerning number, 8 giveaways to Pittsburgh's 3. So Toronto with 8 giveaways. And I'm sure 8 of those giveaways led to like 5 of the Pittsburgh goals at least. And there we go. They took away my stats. Let me flip over here. From the hit parade, 33 hits for Pittsburgh to Toronto's 20. So 33 hits to Toronto's 20. That's an important number as well. Toronto just did not show up tonight at all. To run through the goal scorers, it was Drew O'Connor and Jason Spezza to open the scoring for each team in the first. Then Pittsburgh really took over. Mike Matheson, Jason Zucker, Drew O'Connor, Marcus Peterson, all in the second, followed by Brian Boyle and Evan Rodriguez in the third. Evan Rodriguez and Marcus Peterson had a heck of a game, and so did Drew O'Connor. They were unbelievable, really racking up the points. So really ugly game here, and we are going to forget about it real fast. Just a quick review of the out-of-town scoreboard. Winnipeg is currently up 6-4 over Nashville. If we run down the game still in progress, so 6-4, we talked about Montreal, Colorado, Tampa Bay in OT tied at 3s, Jersey with the win over Buffalo, Florida with the win over Philly, Carolina dropped the hammer on Columbus 5-1. 5-1 St. Louis over the LA Kings. A lot of big scores tonight. And New York Islanders up 1-0 over Arizona at the end of the first. The earlier games today, so we kind of talked about Calgary 4-3 over Washington and the Rangers 3-2 over the Senators. So lots of action on the Saturday night. Some huge scores. Pretty embarrassing for Toronto. They have a little bit of time to regroup. Let's see. I mean, they don't have too much time, but I just want to pull up their next game is Monday. So Monday, October 25th against the Carolina Hurricanes. So Carolina with the win tonight. So Toronto will be off tomorrow to try and figure out what on earth they did. Then Toronto's right back after Monday on Wednesday against the Chicago Blackhawks. That should be interesting. Chicago is at the bottom of the Western Division. And then they're right back 1 week from tonight against the Detroit Red Wings. So we'll have to see, a couple of games next week. Hopefully they can figure out what their issues were and figure out how to get it all going.
Well, thanks for having me once again, Sam. My perfect record is now done.
That's right. We're 1-1. Burton says first time in Rangers team history to come back from 2 goals down in the last 6 minutes to win in regulation.
And
that's pretty awesome.
Leafs.
You know who's really good at coughing up the league with 4 minutes left or 5 minutes left in regulation?
Yeah, exactly.
That's Toronto.
Yeah.
We're not good. But thanks for that stat, Bernie. That's awesome. That's really interesting.
Thanks for having me. I'm gonna go tuck the kids in.
All right.
Thank
you, Aaron. We'll talk to you later. We'll appreciate it. So XRum is the question. Do you have a Discord? I don't have a Discord. We do not have a Discord. Really just the YouTube channel or on Instagram. If you go into the About section, or actually in the details of this video, you can grab my Instagram. So feel free to add me on Instagram. I try to post as much as I can there, as well as always free to chat. Cool seeing Kraken warm-ups on the college football broadcast. Oh, that's awesome. That is really cool. You know what? I haven't caught a Kraken game yet this year, and it's something I really, really would like to do. You guys should make a Discord server for the channel. Thanks, X-Rummage. So I'm a part of a couple other Discord channels or Discord servers for some channels. Never thought about making one for us, but yeah, it's a good idea. I'll definitely give it some thought. I think once we kind of hit that 200 marker and maybe get up to 250, where a lot of us like to come in here and just kind of chat about, you know, sports and different things, that might be a really good idea. So I'll definitely look into it. So the Winnipeg Jets hold on, and they win 6-4. ABC ESPN partnership coming through. Kraken home opener on ESPN Plus, exclusive tonight. Oh, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I did not know that. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for hanging in here and being with us for the game and popping in and out. Thank you to all of our new subscribers. Really appreciate it. X-Rummage and Bernie, thanks for finding us and hanging out. Hope to see you guys on some future streams. Again, this has been so much fun for us. I hope it's been fun for you. We love to talk sports, and we'll see you guys again real soon. Bernie, you are so very welcome. Like I said, find our Instagrams. Feel free to send me a message on Instagram. Happy to chat anytime. Hopefully the next time we do one of these live games, the Leafs will actually remember it's hockey they're playing, and the objective is to put the puck in the other team's net. Nice meeting you as well, X-Rummage. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. And we'll see all of you guys on another stream real soon. Good night, everyone. All the best.